How we doing, you wonderful people? We have returned. Okay, I'm sorry about that. It was something on my end. I just had to switch. I've got two monitors, and I think one of my speakers was set to a different thing, and it just means that even though I could hear Elliot through Discord, it wasn't coming through OBS. So we should have it all fixed now. Let us know in the comments or the live chat. Sorry, but I'm sorry about that. This is um, the ways of live streams, I suppose. We are here with Elliot. Obviously, now you can talk now. So just go crazy, mate. Just go crazy.
Well, I just want to double make sure myself, so I'm going to leave the live stream just running for a second.
Okay. Like I said, your desktop audio is still coming through here, so you should be fine.
Or I'll find out I'm almost there now.
So you should have them fixed now. Let us know in the comments. Chat. Well, I'm sorry about that. This is the ways of live streams, I suppose. We are here with Elliot. Obviously now you can talk now. So just go crazy.
Elliot's just waiting to talk to see if he can hear himself. There's a slight delay, so.
Just run it.
Yeah, I can hear
There
myself.
we go. Cool.
A lot better now.
Cool,
So-
right. I'm sorry about that, guys. So we might as well just start that all again, really. Let's just talk about everything. So obviously, thank you for you guys switching in and obviously letting us know that we were having issues. I hope that everyone does come back. We had a lot of guys going on coming into the chat. But Elliot, how has things been? Now everyone can hear you.
Not much different apart. Not much different from last week, apart from the fact that I've sorted out my sleeping schedule now. Really.
No, that's good, mate. Honestly, it's like we were saying, it's for a lot of people going through the lockdown. It's been very, very difficult to keep a routine or a structure. So I totally get where you're coming from. Like I was saying before, no one could hear you for some weird reason. But obviously, with Nick being in the house and going to work as normal, that's kind of kept some normality in the household. So, for example, she's at work today, and last night she's like, "Oh, I'm going to bed at like 11," and I'm like, "What are you going to bed for 11 for? There's life doesn't matter anymore. There's no rules. Do what you want." She's like, "I've got work tomorrow," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it's kind of getting me to rein in how long I stay up for now and actually have a bit of routine. But it's so easily done. Nick's had a few days off, and even she's like, it's so easy, just in a few days, just to kind of go, well, everyone's stuck inside, can't do anything, let's just stay up or whatever. But I'm glad you're getting some routine, man. Like I said, you were doing you had a weird pattern for a little while, and you was getting up at like 5 p.m. and staying up to like midday the next day, and that must have really messed you up.
Well, definitely with like being hungry and eating and stuff, yeah, because I'd be like having dinner for breakfast at like 5 p.m.
Oh.
And then I'd have like lunch at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd have dinner at like 6 o'clock in the morning or something stupid, and then be going to bed at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy, man. And that's the other thing as well, is obviously, well, actually, it will probably be different for where you are. Are you still... You've still got a lot of fast food options, haven't you? Like delivery services and things.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, me and my housemate Daniel have probably had like 20 Papa Johns over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh God! See, I'm envious. I am so envious because where me and Nick live, the only option we've got is our local Domino's. But in terms of anything else, they don't deliver in this area. It's too far away from either Braintree or Dunmow. They just don't deliver. It's so annoying.
I'm going to get some food delivered today because I only have like some pasta and some tuna and sweet corn. That's what I made in the end. I made some spaghetti with tuna and sweet corn. And I was looking at getting something delivered, and I was really digging a kebab. But it's like minimum order £10, then it's like £2 delivery fee, and a kebab's like £7.50. So I'm like, well, I have to get 2 kebabs, and then I'm paying like 18 quid for a couple of kebabs. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. It's the same with Domino's though. I really rate their pizzas. I know you don't. Obviously, you prefer Papa John's, and that's fine. But the one thing with any pizza, or premium pizza place, shall I say, because that's what they brand themselves as, Domino's and Papa John's, is it's like 20 quid for a large pizza. Like, unless you're going to get like what they call the family meal, where you get like a pizza and a load of sides and a drink, it's not worth it. If you're just going to get a pizza, the only way you're going to get a good deal is if you go and collect it, because they knock off the delivery and stuff. But obviously in this current situation, we can't. So
your mouse cursor is on my webcam.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. There you go.
No,
yeah.
but I mean, my housemate Daniel and I, we've basically been like, there's always a deal. There was one where it was like 30% off if you buy through PayPal and you spend over 20 quid, and then you've got you've got 2 for Tuesday and stuff like that. So we only ever get deals like that, or a large pizza and the thing of brownies for like £15.
Mate, brownies are so good as well.
Never ever just buy like a large pizza on its own, because it's like $20.99 for a double pepperoni.
It's ridiculous. I don't know how they can justify it. It's mental.
It's like
mad.
Fuck.
It's mad. It honestly is. It's mental. But like I said, yeah. Say like, I think just before the lockdown come in. I'm talking a few days before, and obviously there was a lot of rumours of it happening, and things actually coming into place. Me and Nick couldn't be bothered to cook one day, so we drove to Nando's to get a takeout, purely because they offer a takeout service in the Braintree area and nowhere else. So we're like, so we drove to Nando's to get a takeout, and it was so good. It was really good, but it was like their prices are very similar for delivery as they are in store, so it's not as bad. But when it comes to like your Domino's, or even like you said, the kebab shops are ridiculous, mate. Like they'll try and take as much money out of you as possible, and I get it, they've got to make a living, but sometimes
it's the same for Indian. Like you think like, a lamb Rogan Josh is £9. You think, that sounds fair. It's going to be like quite a lot, and it's like a tiny little like 10 centimeter long Tupperware.
Yep.
And it's got 3 bits of lamb in it and a bit of sauce. You're like, I just paid like 10 quid for that.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
What the fuck?
Now, me and Nick, I'm glad she's not on the call right now, because we'd be going hammer and tongs at the minute, because her favourite takeout she can get is a Chinese. And I know it is very popular for a lot of people, and I do enjoy Chinese. However, what I don't like is the cost of it when it's takeout, because we end up spending so much money, because their business model is amazing. Because they go, you can get, I don't know, special fried rice. We're going to put it in one massive tub, and that's like 2 portions. So you have to buy something else to go with it. But you don't want just one thing with it. You want a few other bits. But they only like sell them in a 2-person portion. So you pick between about 4 or 5 different things. Before you know it, you spent 30, 40 quid on Chinese. And you're like, well, that's just one meal. It's mad.
Yeah, when Chinese is it's like what my girlfriend's favourite thing, and every time she comes over we have Chinese, and usually I just go for like duck and pancakes, and that's my main meal, even though it's a starter, and she'll get fried rice and sweet and sour chicken, and it's still like 20, 23, 24 quid.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. So
I mean, that's £12 per person, which isn't horrendously bad for a meal. You'd be paying a lot more if you went to a restaurant like Wildwood or
of course,
Pizza Express or something.
No, I do get that. I prefer. There's a place in Chelmsford called Songs, and they're well, it's technically world food, but it's mainly like your Asian dishes. That's all you can eat buffet for like, I think it's 8 quid.
The one in Chelmsford.
Yeah, it's like 8 or 9 quid for the lunchtime all you can eat buffet.
Yeah, I've been there.
It's really nice. I think you have to pay 2 quid for a bottomless Coke or something. So a tenner, all in, eat as much as you want. That, I'm all over that, because I know what I'm getting. Do you know what I mean? They're literally saying, eat what you like, as much as you like, for a tenner.
We went there, and I was like, it looks it's like a really fancy looking place. And like all the reviews on Google were like 2 stars, saying that the food's like, they were like, oh, the food's bad, the food's cold, this, that, and the other.
Depends what time you go, mate.
I thought to myself, well, okay, fair enough. You say the food's bad and everything, but you paid like 10 quid and it's an endless buffet. You're not going to get like gold leaf encrusted caviar, are you?
I mean, to be fair,
you've got to have a certain expectation that if you're paying £10 for an endless buffet, the food's not going to be 5-star Michelin stars, is it? It's just not.
But to be fair, every time I've been, I think it's all depends on time. So I know that their lunchtime deal was 12 till 4. I think when we last went was for Nick's birthday back in February, and we got there about 3 o'clock. So we thought, haven't really got a lot of time. We'll just make the most of it. But as soon as we got there, it had just been all reloaded. All the food was piping hot, and it was lovely. The only thing that was on a little bit of a low side was the cheesecake, which really annoyed me personally. But then they brought more out. It wasn't a problem. But what is going on in the chat, guys? So, I'll tell you, man. How you doing, man? You all good? He's become a regular live stream viewer. Obviously, so is Neil. Neil loves it. And then we've got Scott as well, who's cooking a mini roast for him and his sons. Oh, mate, I cannot remember the last time I had a roast. I actually cannot remember.
I actually quite like the ready meal mini roast that Tesco's does.
Ooh.
You get a big chunk of chicken breast, you get a couple of mini sausages wrapped in bacon, and you get a big stuffing bowl, and you get the gravy.
Oh, mate. Is it all cooked in the gravy, or is the gravy you have to add separately?
You have to cook it for about 20 minutes, and then you obviously take the gravy's in a sachet, you take it out, you cook it for about 20-25 minutes, you put the gravy on it, and then you cook it again for another 20-25 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I was just thinking, with my stuffing balls, I don't want them cooked in gravy. Do you know what I mean? I like to have them separate, and then obviously you can dip it in. But, yeah, that's fair enough. That sounds nice. My dad is an absolute cretin, and he eats a fucking... it's a roast dinner in a can. It's mental. It's just a can, like your normal like baked bean size can with all the. Mate, it's just grim. He absolutely loves it. I'm like, it's like eating dog food, mate.
I tell you what, right? There's a dish in France called cassoulet, and it's like big old. It's not baked beans. It's like big old beans.
Right,
that are in tomato sauce, and you've got chicken in it, chorizo in it, and like that. Homemade is fucking amazing, but I tell you what, even the ones from a can are so nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's nice when you get it is nice when you get like a few things like that. Like for us, me and Nick have the Tesco's microwave chicken tikkers. Mate, they're amazing for the price.
They're nice, yeah, they are.
They're actually
ready meals have come such a long way over the last few years.
A
lot of them are actually pretty decent.
Exactly, a lot of them used to taste like arse. But yeah, you get the odd gems that just taste unreal. What is going on? So, how we doing, LJ? You all good? You getting a Turkish tonight? Ooh. I can't remember the last time I had a Turkish.
You need an ooh meter on your live stream.
I do, to be fair. I was thinking about actually making my own T-shirt with it and just wearing it for reviews, just for banter, make a meme out of it.
Oh my god, I would literally buy one.
That'd be hilarious. That's mad. I've got 993 Turbo. How we doing, mate? You all good? You finally got your Vapresso Extra? Good, but the Caliburn is slightly better. See, I've had a lot of people commenting on the videos recently. Again, massive shout out to you guys. The support has been unbelievable on the recent videos. It genuinely has. And obviously you get loads of people like yourself that are already subscribed comment on, and obviously new viewers as well. And the biggest question I keep getting recently is the Vapresso Extra just as good as the Caliburn? It's such a difficult question because the flavour of the Vapresso Extra with their mesh pods, really, really good. It honestly is. And the battery life is a bit bigger than the Cocoa. However, I think the Cocoa pods just beat most pod systems for flavour. They're just such a top tier flavour producer of a pod system. It's more personal preference, I think, with the Extra. But I do enjoy using both. I really do. I can't just distinguish. The only reason I'm not using my Extra today is because I haven't got any pods. I'm waiting for some. But I've currently got my Cocoa, and I'm vaping one of your favourites, El. One of your favourites. And I've also got my Boost today as well. Again, with the same e-liquid because I'm lazy and I just fill the same thing up.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, genuinely. I'm actually vaping one of your favourites. Oh, I think it's one of your... It must be up there.
Peach and passion fruit.
No, I wish. They are coming as a Nick Salt, by the way. I know you're not really into Nick Salts, but...
Own boy rhubarb.
Close. Same sort of style, different brand.
88 vapes rhubarb?
Oh, I've actually still got some of that. I should probably vape that. It's not, no. I'm actually vaping the Bloom pear and elderflower, but in the Nick Salts.
I much prefer the Own Boy pear and elderflower. The ones from the Bloom are the acai pomegranate and the cucumber cantaloupe.
To be fair, I've always said with the cucumber cantaloupe or just the cucumber style e-liquids. I've never really got on with them, but that bloom one is actually so good, and the starfruit cactus is actually amazing. Like it just is.
Yeah, I forgot about
It
that
just
one.
just is.
Oh,
I don't know why it's good, but it is, and I don't care. It's one of those flavors I'm just happy to vape. I know it sounds proper like middle class. I don't
I
care.
think I've got the cucumber cantaloupe as much as I did, but I've actually bought another 50 mil of it right now. So
It's got my beard stuck in my ring pull. Oh, that really
I'm
hurt.
currently making the Own Boy Sweetwater Grape and White Peach.
Ooh. Let's look at the chat. What is going on? Tetlyman, has anyone tried the Grim kit? Heard good things about it. Yet again, I'm waiting on about 5 or 6 hardware packages from companies to do reviews, and they just haven't turned up yet. The Grim kit is something I want to try. So let me know how you get on with that. Yeah, I'm all good. Last time I had Turkish about 6 months ago. Have you seen the 18650 pod mod? Oh, you may have to just be a little bit more specific with that, unless you talk about Vapresso, because I know they're doing the PM80 with an external 18650, and they're also doing the PM30. Both of those devices are on their way to me at the moment, so we can do a review on them. I'm just waiting for them to turn up. 993 Turbo I prefer the 1.2 over the 0.8 mesh. Hey, fair enough, man. Everyone is different. I didn't mind the 1.2s. I think they were great. They still have good flavour. I just felt, personally, I'm more of a mesh fan if there's a mesh option. I don't know why. It's just the way it's gone. I think a lot of devices that released a mesh option just nailed it, or they were just better than their original coils. So it was like you could distinguishably tell the difference. Did you find that at all, El, with any of your devices? So, for example, like the Falcon, have you only used the mesh ones, or do you just use the F style ones?
No, I've only ever used the M1, the M2, the M. I've used all of the M coils, and yeah, once you go mesh, it's hard to go back, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
The only thing I don't use mesh on, obviously, is my dripper. But I mean, that's a completely different ball game. So
yeah, I've gone over this a few times, man. I don't mind using my dripper for e-liquid reviews. It's convenient. That's why I've got the mesh rebuild. It's just a strip, cut in. It's very simple. As a daily driver, no chance, man. I would end up throwing it against the wall. If you drip all day, every day, then honestly, hats off to you. Highest of respects. It's just not for me. I've tried.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need to re-wick my dripper because I'm waiting on the coils that I ordered the other day from you guys, and then I think this Falcon coil is fucked already.
Oh really?
That Frux cider just destroys coils. I just
Oh really?
Yeah.
See, we've been speaking about this. You just don't get on with them juices, and that's fine.
There's just no flavour to them. There's just nothing going on.
I've honestly, obviously, when I was at the shop, and we were selling so many of them, there's only been 2 people that have come back. You being one of them, saying there's no flavour, which is fine. And I had another gentleman that come back with the passion fruit flavour and said it was too harsh, and that was it. Everyone else loves them, and it's just from that perspective looking out, I'm like, what? It just doesn't make sense.
When I bought the Frux cider from you, I got you to try it, and even you said, yeah, there's no flavour in this, and you thought it might have been because they'd just arrived from wholesale. But now I've got this peach apricot one, and it just tastes like it's not peach or apricot. It's like a creamy yogurty flavour, but there's not flavour in it. It's just the creaminess you get. It's just. It's not like the apricot yogurt, which is bursting with apricot.
Oh, mate, apricot yogurt's so good.
This is just like a creamy. It's the Frux cider peach apricot. It's literally like just a creamy, I don't know, just a creamy flavour. It's just
creamy oxygen. Right. So, where was we getting in the chat? Loving the Anakin Proton again. I always thought, why did I buy so many devices? But it's actually nice to swap them around now and again. Honestly, Neil, this is a question I get asked a lot. Nick mainly. She's like, you've got so many devices. What are you going to do with them? And when you take a break from one...
Neil's going to have a bit of a shock in a minute, I think. Hang on.
All right, okay. Whenever you take a step back from a device and use another one, you then start to appreciate it again. You get like a second win with a device. And obviously, I'm in a very blessed position where I get sent a lot of devices and I've got a loads to choose from. But yeah, no, I get it. I picked up the Mulus last week and I was using that all week and I was like, oh man, I absolutely love this device.
Neil, you got too many devices, huh?
Love it. How many devices do you reckon you've got in there, El? Right, if you had to take a rough guess.
Right, well, I've got a custom-made Pokeball mod.
That's so cool.
I have the Twisted Messes Dovpo there.
Nice.
I've got the Joytech Evic V2. I've got my Vupu Drag. I've got Dovpo Champion. Vaporesso Aurora Mouth to Lung. This Aspire, whatever the hell that's called. I can't remember. Smoant Raybox. Right, what else have I got in here? I think all this in here is now. And of course, the Smoant Naboo. There we go.
Yeah, that's a very wide variety of a collection you've got there, man. You've got loads of different stuff in there. Right, 993 Turbo. Need more websites, more Nick Salts, and bored of my flavors. Obviously, it's going to be a shameless plug. It's on the live stream. Go check out these guys. I've got 10 milligrams and 20 milligram Nick Salts. Big range. Have a little flick through. I think they're doing
That's a heavy box.
4 for 12 mix and match on a lot of Nick Salts. So maybe worth having a look. Scott, I love my Think Vape Zeta. Oh, heard very good things about the Zeta. I've never actually tried one. I do want to try one. The Dual 18650, I don't make it. Oh, you've actually put the Smok RPM 160. Have you seen the launch pictures of that, El?
No, I haven't. Let me have a look.
It's a dual battery pod mod, so they've just gone balls to the wall with it. But
What?
It's the Smok RPM 160. So they've just released the RPM 80, which is obviously the big version of the RPM 40 with an external battery or without. And they've just put some release photos out on their Instagram for the RPM 160, which is a dual battery. But I think from what I can see from the picture, it's very silhouetted and it looks like there's an RDA on top of it. I could be wrong. Could just be a new tank design. But when I first glance, I was like, is that rebuildable on a pod mod? Like, what?
That's definitely a pod.
I have to have a look at it again. Once you go mesh, it's hard not to have a long sesh. Hey Neil, easy now. I love mesh too, but I think the Vaporesso Extra, I prefer the tighter draw. That makes sense, man. That does make sense. Having a tighter draw for some people is obviously it's tailoring your vaping experience. I prefer the flavour from the mesh. Sometimes I like a tight mouth to lung draw. Sometimes I like quite an airy one. LG, the Smok RPM. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Nice collection, Elliot. Gonna count my pods, mods, and tanks. 18 devices and 22 tanks. Mate, you could open your own shop at this rate now.
I have a fair few tanks as well.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel quite ashamed because I sold Neil most of those items. I'm sorry, Neil. I'm sorry. So my chair was doing this weird thing. I had to reset it. Yeah, when I was at the wear store, Neil... Oh, mate, I'm sorry, Neil. I used to take so much money from you. And it wasn't intentional. You genuinely wanted the products. But you've got a nice little collection there, man. Next pod I want is the Artery PAL SVV2. Ooh. Heard a lot of good things about the Artery as well. So I'm just waiting for so many packages to turn up. They're all coming from random parts of the world. Things are just taking their time. I kind of miss doing hardware reviews, like doing the one recently on the Edge Pro. I actually really enjoyed doing that. I know a lot of people probably aren't interested in an all-in-one starter kit, but this thing's actually really good. Like I said, it's a Vaptio collaboration, Vaptio, I can never pronounce them.
I was laughing at the amount of times you said unique in that video.
Yeah. Mate, I tell you what, I write scripts for my videos, but I don't script the whole thing. I just write points and then try and elaborate on them with it when I'm actually recording to kind of keep a structure, but obviously bring some personality into it as well. And yeah, when I was editing it back, I was like, I've said the word unique about 4,000 times. I think people might get the picture it's unique. But I was actually well impressed with it, to be fair.
Did you see one of the comments on there? I saw one that you didn't reply to. It said, I can't remember what it said now, but there was a bit of a weird comment on that video.
Wait, there's a comment I didn't reply to? Doesn't sound like me. Let's have a look. I'll be honest with you, there's been a couple of comments that have shown up as a notification, but then when I click on them to reply, it says the comment has been removed. And I'm like, oh, okay. What video was it on? Sorry, the recent one. Let's have a little look.
You did reply to it in the end. That's a madness I'd moved That I had that moved on from it to the Mulus.
Oh yeah, I know that person. Mason.
Mason
That's
Dunn,
the
yeah.
one.
You didn't reply to it when I saw the video.
Yeah, no, I actually replied to it earlier when I was waiting to go into the shops. But yeah, no, he was saying, I just said, glad you enjoyed it.
I always have to suck the liquid out of the Tygon coils every time I fill it up. Other than that, nice flavour and no problems.
Ooh, really?
That's the last comment he put.
Oh yeah, 2 hours ago. Ooh. I will reply to that unless they're on the live stream. The last live stream's gone up, so I've already had a comment by a YouTube account that's just called Music. It's not called anything else, just Music. It says great stuff. Can't wait for more. I want to be friends. There's a lot of comment bots going around at the moment. It's mate, honestly, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's one part of a group which is all like cinematic style videos, how to improve things, like it's like a hub where people can share tips and tricks, what lenses they're using and stuff like that. And all of that group of people are all having the same bot comment on every one of their videos, and it's just called Tom. And it's just the most random stuff every time. And someone's actually made a video saying, "Who is Tom?" And they're just breaking it down and going through all of these spam comments. It's ridiculous. Is that Artery Dual 18650? I believe it's a single. The Nugget GT. That's it, Scott. Thanks, mate. I meant a business vape owner. What? Have I missed something? I can't even follow our own comments. But I want to know how you guys are dealing with lockdown. Is it really getting to you guys yet? I was speaking to a few people and they're actually just getting settled with it. They're like, nah, this is life now. I'm quite happy, quite content with this. Let's just carry on.
I mean, I'm quite the same, to be honest. I'm quite happy. But it's going to end at some point, and that's going to be like fucking.
I was watching a video last night, and it was saying from that guy called 42. He's a really good guy. I'd love to meet him, to be fair. He's a really nice guy. Well, seems it on his videos. But he was saying how I think it's 9% of people are already, what's the right word? Not depressed, but just before in terms of severity. Like down. So let's just say they're down. They are down about the fact that life will return to normality. 9% of the current UK population are like, they want it to stay how it is. I just thought it was mad. It was mental.
That is quite crazy.
Oh, it's the first proper energy drink I've had in a few days. And it's going to my head. It's Sunday, so obviously there's very rarely any post on Sundays. Otherwise, I'd get that sneak stuff. I'm waiting for tomorrow to make an order. I'm waiting for the old sugar-free stuff to come in. Just a collector. Scott, I feel you there, man. I feel you there. Double battery Nugget GT, but apparently misspell it. The Nugget, I've seen very limited things about the Nugget. I'm going to have a little look. See what is going on.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to be re-wicking my dripper because I think my coil is dead.
Mad. Okay. This is a come build with me, with Elliot.
I mean, it's sweet water, grape, and peach, and it tastes like lemon and lime. So I'm guessing the coil's a bit fucked.
Yeah, that don't sound too great, to be fair. Oh, mate. So have you got any plans for the next few days in terms of a series you want to watch, or little goals you've set yourself, or are you just taking every day as it comes?
Me?
Yeah. Well, just everyone in general.
I'm just playing Warframe.
How you getting on with Warframe?
Huh?
How you getting on?
Alright, I've done a lot of stuff that I've not been able to do because Warframe's basically like having a second job.
Yeah, I hear there's a lot of grind to it.
Yeah, it's not called Grind Frame by the community for nothing.
Grind Frame. Love that.
Grind Frame, Bug Frame, Farm Frame. Yeah, it's
Neil's just put in the chat. He wants it to stay the same from the benefits of the environment. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, I'll give you that, Neil. the environment is so much better off since the lockdown, almost globally, purely because there's just no pollution. No, like China's had the lowest air pollution. London, you can like see across it from high parts of London now. I mean, it wasn't ultimately that bad in terms of visually in London, but the fact that you can just clearly see across the skyscrapers of London is mad. Yeah, man, from a environmental sense, 100%, mate. Almost finished Gangs of London. Is it any good? Is it worth getting? I've been looking at a few trailers for that and a few gameplay videos, and I'm sitting on the fence. Is it worth getting?
What is?
Gangs of London. Unless that's the series. Hang on, I think I'm getting that.
If we're talking games, there's probably only about 2 that I'm even remotely interested in for this year.
Last of Us 2 has got to be one of those.
No. No. Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, mate.
Basically the main one.
Yeah, boy. That had a massive delay on it, didn't it, when it was first announced?
It's been in development for about 6 years.
It's going to be mad.
It was first announced in like 2015, 2014, something like that.
That's crazy. Oh, sorry, my mouse is on your webcam. I'll just move that.
I didn't actually notice for that time.
I'll move it because that actually triggers you. Right, almost finished Gangs of London. Yeah, massive reduction in pollution. In India, they can now see the Himalayas clearly. Oh,
yeah, I've seen that.
That is mental. That is honestly mental. Like I said, the one that baffles me, shocks me the most will be the wildlife in Venice. It's just mad. Honestly, it's mental. Beth's in. What are we saying, Beth? You all good? Hope we're doing all right. It's not that bad, to be fair. Oh, Gangs of London. Right, yeah. Now, what game was I thinking of? I was thinking of a game recently. Oh, did you see the trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
I've not watched it yet. I've not watched the trailer yet.
Oh, mate, honestly, you need to. Like, I know it's a CGI trailer, but genuinely, wow. Like,
I still haven't played, what is it called, Origins yet?
Origins is good, man. Origins, like, genuinely, like, I know that Assassin's Creed got in a loophole of releasing annual titles, and they were just getting worse and worse and worse. And then
Ubisoft fired all of their creative directors because they were like, yeah, actually, we actually realise now that all of our games are basically becoming the same thing.
Yeah.
So they actually fired their creative people and got a whole new team in.
I don't blame them, but because since then they released what was it? Was it Origins in Egypt? That one's insane. I love that.
Yeah. And then there was the one in Rome.
Yeah, well, it was like Sparta, that sort of times, wasn't it? You had to kill King Leonidas and stuff. That was awesome. So they're really coming back, and Valhalla looks insane. Whether it plays and promises what it's saying is a different story. But visually, from that trailer, genuinely looks mind-blowing. It looks so good. What else we got? Oh, Beth said that she's good. I'm glad you're good. I know that lockdown has been tough on you in certain aspects, just like everyone, so I'm glad you're good. Can't wait for Last of Us 2. I honestly cannot wait, Neil. It is coming, I believe. I got a notification of the release date. I think it is not too far away. Last of Us 2 release date. It is.
Right, Jay, I've got a question.
Okay. 29. Yeah.
By hand or use pre-mades?
You're going to make a call by hand or pre-mades? What pre-mades have you got?
Alien, Suka, Clapception, Framed Clapton, Tri-Twisted Clapton, Spaced Clapton, and Staple Staggered Fused Clapton.
Whack some aliens in there, just for nostalgia. Right, release date, Last of Us 2, 29th of May, 2020. I cannot wait.
Yeah, except there's all the spoilers that have come out and the story's leaked for that game, and people are going crazy because apparently the story's really fucked. But I'm not going to say anything.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate it. To be fair, I've been waiting for Last of Us 2 for so long that even if I knew the story, I'm still going to buy it and play it. Like, it's just one of those games. Last of Us 1 was just so iconic. The fact that it was just coming with PS4s pre-installed as like a remastered version. It was like Sony was saying, you need to play this game. It's not a case of if you haven't got the money to buy it, we'll give it to you for free. You need to play this game. It was so good. Me and my brother had so many rows playing Assassin's Creed. I'm a sneaky player, but my brother just goes in screaming. Mate, do you know what? I was a Ubisoft ambassador when I worked for Game in the last sort of stint when I worked for Game, and I was lucky enough to go. I was sent to another game store in Southend and to meet a load of guys from Ubisoft, and we got to play. I think it was Syndicate. About 3 months before it come out, and like completely play the game, write reviews on it and stuff. It was really cool. But when the game come out, I was so disappointed. I was like, this is London. Like, this is proper Victorian London Assassin's Creed. How am I not enjoying this? I think it goes back to what you were saying, El. They all just turned out to be the same. Like, it was just like, oh, no, I'm bored of this now.
I was going to buy and play Syndicate, but it's
got a good like concept, like the 6 districts of London. You've got 2 playable characters. One's more stealthy, one's more in your face. Like, you've got the brother and sister. The story's not bad, but like I said, the actual gameplay got so repetitive. I was like, I've played this 50 times, like this one mission, because it's been in the last 4 Assassin's Creeds. Like,
and all the Far Cries and all the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly. Last of Us 2 will be amazing, Beth. Honestly, I cannot wait. Got to go and sort dinner. All right, Scott, I'll see you soon, man. Thank you for jumping in. I really appreciate it. Neil put, I got a refund as I pre-ordered it. Oh, wait, what have I missed? You got a refund on Last of Us 2? What?
We might have looked at the leaks.
Oh, right. Oh, now I've got to reorder it. Oh, okay, fair enough. Please, no leaks of the game. Trust me, we're going to try and keep it spoiler-free. I've not actually seen them. It's just Elliot. So just the ball's in Elliot's court, really.
I have the power.
Tetley Man put, have you played Days Gone, Jay? It's an awesome game. I've watched a lot of YouTubers play it, and this is a guilty pleasure of mine. I like watching gameplay. Like, rather than buying the game, I just like watching people play it that are entertaining, like commentary style. I like that. Days Gone looks amazing, but I did hear that as in itself got very repetitive. It was such a big game, but there was only a certain amount of style missions that you just slowly churn through in every sector. But from what I've seen, from the gameplay, it just looks amazing. I remember the first launch trailer come out and everyone just lost their shit because it looked mad. But it was just not the same when it was launched. They had to cut back so much of the graphic potential. They had to cut back a lot of the gameplay mechanics that they wanted to put in because of deadlines. Still looks like a really good game, though. Now I have to reorder it. Please no links to the game. Days Gone is amazing. Beth is a massive fan of Days Gone, apparently so. Syndicate is okay, but agreed repetitive. Exactly. Like, it just is. I really wanted to enjoy it because of the setting, because of the timelines, and I just thought it was cool. Plus, like I said, I was an ambassador for it. I went to go play it early. I wanted to love this game because I finally got this opportunity to play a game early, and then I was like, oh, it's not even that great. It was just such a letdown. Beth put,
these clothes are a bit too big for this, Joe.
oh, I'm sorry.
Well, we'll find out in a minute.
What dripper are we using?
Goon low profile.
Good choice.
The Goon low profile is what I'm using.
Beth has put the herds are meant to win that game. Yeah, again, the first launch trailer when you very first saw the herds looked unbelievable. But then comparing it to when it was launched, I had to scale so much of it back. But I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't play the game and we just watch it, because I haven't got to deal with the anxiety of running away from them. I just get to watch someone run away from them. Yeah, it's because I'm a child living in an adult's body. I can't deal with horror games. I don't mind them. I'll play like Resident Evil and stuff, and I want to get the remastered versions. But the thing is, like, by the time you get the game now, you can watch the whole gameplay like 2 months before the game's out, because so many content creators get them so early, or go to like early press release and they get like all this exclusive content. But half the time, if you get really sucked into that press release of a game, you don't need to get the game. You can just watch these guys play it. I know the Rad Brad, he was like, day of launch, he'll do the whole game and it will already be up on the channel. I like Call of Duty, I know it's really not a story-driven game anymore, but even when it had elements of it, you had people like Ali A and other big COD streamers at the time that would do the whole campaign in one day, but upload it the day before, and publish it at midnight. So as soon as the game's technically out, the whole story mode is up in 10 episodes, and people would watch it before they went and got the game, and it's like, oh, I don't need to play a story now. I get it. Trust me, I get it. It makes sense, but it kind of takes something away. I remember back in the day, this is me getting my boomer side out, used to read magazines, or you'd go to your local game shop and they would hype it up about it, and then you'd have a reason to come back and you'd get it, and then it'd be like a leap of faith. Is it any good? Is it not? Do you know what I mean? Until you actually played it, you wouldn't know. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted a real weird little rant there. Yeah, I ordered it the day it was released originally, and then it was announced the delay. It come out on the 29th of May, then decided to refund everyone. Now it's a June release, so refunding was pointless. I think that's more of an automated system, to be honest, Neil. I think their system just went, that doesn't make sense, so we have to give them the money back because we can't deliver. Or just so they could recalibrate the pre-order numbers. I don't know. It does seem a bit daft. Where have you ordered it from? Because are you guys more of a digital download or a physical hard copy style player?
Oh, digital download now. There's just no point buying a CD. Half the time, when you buy a CD copy now, it doesn't even have a CD in it. It just comes with a freaking download code in it.
True.
Like, what's the point of wasting the plastic on the box if all it's got in it is a freaking key card in it?
That is true. However, I do find that the online store bumps the prices up a lot. So like you'd go in store and it would be $49.99 to $54.99, right? That £5 bracket, but on the store it's £60 solidly forever until they decide to drop it down. Whereas like you could go into CEX and buy a pre-owned game for 10-15 quid cheaper in a few weeks. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's just me being old.
No, but then it's pre-owned, isn't it?
What's that?
It's pre-owned if you go in a CEX or game, so it's not quite the same.
Yeah. To be fair, there's a lot of games I don't get on launch. There's a very few amount that I will literally wait and get on launch.
Cyberpunk's going to be about the first game I buy on launch, I think, in like however many years.
Yeah, I mean, FIFA, I know you're not really a FIFA fan, but it's the only...
God, I started on FIFA.
Oh, it's so broken, mate. Like, this year's is the worst it's been launched. However, for a football fan, we've got no other option. And if anyone says PES, like, no, it's not an option. It's like, no, it's just not. It's not the same. It's like buying a knockoff brand of something. It's just not the same. So we have to suck up and deal with it. That's the only game I really buy on launch. COD now, even though they look cool, like I said, I don't buy them. I haven't got this year's COD. I would now, because it's come down in price, but I wouldn't rush out to get it on launch. Last of Us 2 I will do, 100%, just because I've been waiting for it for years. Cyberpunk is actually up there for me, whether to get it on launch or not, because it just looks so damn cool. So Last of Us 2 is now coming out again later this month. I thought it was put back again. A lot of people thought it was going to get put back again and again, obviously due to the current situation. But they're like, nah, we'll smash it out by the end of May, which is sick. I watched the Rad play... Oh, I can't even talk. The Rad Brad play Days Gone. It's so fun. I know, right? You actually introduced me to the Rad Brad. I knew of him before, but I never really sunk into his content. But then when I saw you watching a few of his videos or recommended them, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and give it a go. And he's got such bingeable content now. You can literally just put on a playlist and just sit there and do what you need to do, and just, it's hilarious. I think I watched it. Oh no, I watched Mini Lad play through Being Human, Detroit Being Human. That was a good game. But then, because I watched the playthrough, I didn't buy it. Yeah, I was like, what's the point? I've seen the whole game. I've literally seen someone make all the choices possible. Right, from PSN, it used to be a hard copy, but recently changed to digital on PSN. I always get deals on the digital, as I don't buy day of release, with the exception of a couple like Last of Us 2. 100% Neil, and I think that's just more of an age thing for both of us as we got older. It's like, there's no need. If you know it's going to come down in price in a few weeks or a few months and you're willing to wait, cool, just get it cheaper, innit? Beth, Tom won't get The Last of Us, so you're going to have me as a logic. Not a problem. I'll even live stream it. Like, not a problem at all. I've actually been toying with the idea of whether to live stream games, because a lot of the time when I'm not making videos, I'm not doing anything. So I'm like, well, I could just set up my PS4 in front of me and just stream random ass games. I've been playing a lot of GTA 5 online, just because I need something to just waste time on when I'm not putting time into projects. Tom not getting Last of Us. Beth, do me a favour. Slap him for me. How's he not getting Last of Us 2?
He probably read the leaks. That's why. I don't want to say any more than that.
No, because Tom only plays COD and FIFA. That's why. Oh, the release date is 19th of June, not 29th of May. What? Nah. Don't do this to me, Neil. I just saw it on Google. Google doesn't lie. Wait, no. No. I have to double check this. Last of Us 2 release date.
Sure it's June.
No, I'm sure. It says here, 29th of May, 2020. The Last of Us will be released. Oh, what? Okay. Oh, initial release date. My bad. I apologise. Yeah, the initial release date was 29th of May, but it's now going to be 19th of June. Oh, man. Oh, well. It's not that much of a pushback. We can live. That's why I thought the refund was ridiculous. Yeah, like, I think that's personally just like an automated system, maybe. I don't know. A program might have read that and gone, oh, we can't deliver the game. Let's just refund everyone and make everyone reorder. He doesn't play those games. No, I know he doesn't. He needs to. Because genuinely, I'm surprised Dan hasn't slapped him. Is Dan getting it? Surely Dan's getting it. It's Last of Us 2. Like, oh, mate. Ellie grown up as a badass. Can't wait. I just checked. No, yeah, I said. Sorry, man. Yeah, you are right. 19th of June. Jump on GTA Online with us, Jay. Always got a lobby of missions going. Yeah, man. Oh, I believe you added me last time, and I just haven't gone through the notification, so I'll make sure I do that. Leave your tag in the... Oh, I can't even English. In the chat, so I can then cross-reference. But yeah, man, I'll jump on. I'm a proper noob. I'm like level 20. But I just run around and do stuff. Yeah, how you getting on, El?
Almost done. Wicked now.
From here, it just looks like this is a really dodgy angle.
I did move it a second ago.
It's just you hunched over, looking down at your crotch. That's all.
There you go. Have a proper look at my crotch now.
Hey, that's what we wanted. There we go.
I don't know if it's fire with the freaking cap on. I'm worried he's a bit too big for the cap.
Oh, I don't need the cap. Just burn it and just inhale the fumes.
Yeah, just inhale it from...
I've seen it been done. Yeah, to be fair. Oh, did you ever see... I don't think you were there. You might have been. I don't know. Danny burnt his lips on a dripper. I don't know if you were there. It was literally a room full of people. It was a Saturday a few years ago, obviously when he was at the store, and I watched him rebuild one of his mechs, and he'd rewicked it, recottoned it, rejuiced it the lot, and he was waiting for the juices to soak in that for a few seconds. He was talking away, and he picked up his mech and he fired it, but he forgot to put the cap on. Yeah, exactly. And the look on his face, his lip was burned. He was like, I've got to go out back. I was like, just do your thing, man. It was hilarious. PSN is Typhoon. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Trevor is easily my favourite GTA character. Love leaving him for a while and going back to him falling out of a dumpster outside of a strip club. Yeah, man. I'm going to be honest. I haven't even... Because, yeah, again, GTA's been out for so long, I haven't even bothered with the story. I just jumped straight online purely because... It just makes so much more sense. That's where everyone wants to go. I will eventually get round and do the GTA storyline. But I've seen it 400 times online. So, yeah. Trevor is actually jokes, though.
Trevor's amazing.
I love how his, like the real life Trevor looks so much like his character. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Oh dear. How are we getting on?
I'll find out in a minute. See if it says it shorts out when I put the cap on it.
What are we wicking it with? Juice-wise, I mean.
The Sweetwater grape.
Ooh.
Oh, I overfilled it a little bit. Of course I overfilled it. Got juice everywhere. Lovely.
Of course. Wouldn't be a rebuild if you didn't overflow it. Everyone knows just how it goes. Also, for anyone in the chat, have you tried these munchies? They're the chocolate fudge brownie ones. Best things ever. They're so good. So good. It's like little cubes of diabetes. I love it.
That doesn't surprise me coming from you, really.
I can't help it. Diabetes will be my cause of death. 100%.
Oh, fuck, ow.
Oh, God.
Bit of spitty there.
Does the cap fit over all right?
I don't know yet.
Oh, you're not done it yet?
I'm just priming it.
Bit of primage.
Yeah, just a bit of spitty because I got some tails on the end of this cotton.
Beth's put, I haven't tried those, but the cookie dough ones are so good. Oh my God, they are. Beth, I'm sorry. Every time that we are in a vicinity of conversation, it's always food that I know.
I was going to say last week you turned to food.
I can't help it. Beth knows. But she's also trying to lose weight, so I'm like, I feel bad. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry. It's like I'm just this evil tempter.
About losing weight, they're talking about brownies and chocolate cookie dough. And...
Honestly, Beth, how have you been getting on during lockdown? Have you been able to keep to plan, or have you had like a bit of a relapse here and there? Because I can imagine it's quite difficult. Because even for me, someone who doesn't eat a lot, and that's my issue, and I'm trying to train myself to actually have 3 meals a day. Being in lockdown, I've just been snacking 24/7, just out of boredom. My brain's like, "Oh, you're hungry?" I'm not, but my brain's like, "Yeah, go have something to eat." And I like a wagon wheel at like 3 in the morning, and I don't need to eat that wagon wheel, but I'm gonna. It's weird.
Stop leaking! Bloody thing.
I want to see how well this build goes. We're all eagerly anticipating this.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out now. Let's see if it's short.
Oh, sorry, I've got to move my mouse again. Sorry.
I bet it's short, so I'm going to have to clean under there. Otherwise, I'm going to have a dead box mod if I'm not careful.
Neil's put, can't wait to try the Weak Liquor apricot yogurt when the 7 Seas restock it. Interested to see the difference to the cedar version. Genuinely, obviously we had it in the Phoenix store before lockdown, and I was ordering it in for people when we had a shortage of the cedar apricot yogurt because it was just so good. It's a different mix, but it still has the same effect. Oh, it's really, really good. They also do a forest fruits yogurt, and they also do a raspberry yogurt, and genuinely it tastes like fresh yogurts with fruit in it. You can distinguishably taste the difference between the creamy aftertaste and the fresh fruits. It's so well blended. Very, very good juice.
Right, it doesn't short.
Hey, what? Still got a cottony taste? Did the cap go over all right, or do you have to kind of force it?
No.
Oh, sweet.
It's not ramping up very well at 65 watts though.
Yeah, crank that up. What's it reading at?
0.18.
Nice. Right. Beth's put no relapse, but I've just maintained, but I'll take that as a win. 100%, Beth. That is a massive win. Like I said, I think even for me, who likes to struggling to eat regular meals, I think I'll even put on weight just because I'm snacking at random times of the day and sleeping at stupid times, and just being really ill-disciplined. Is that a word? Ill-disciplined? Undisciplined? Just, you know what I mean?
Ill-disciplined sounds better.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It sounds smarter. Neil put, wow, can't wait. Yeah, genuinely, we used to get it in before lockdown. They used to sell it every week. In Phoenix, obviously, because the Cedar Reserve is their own brand, it was cheaper than the Wick Liquor version. But having said that, with people who really like the apricot yogurt couldn't get it, they were just going for the Wick Liquor version because it was just a different style of it, and they were just loving it. Which then resulted in me not being able to keep that on the shelf, and then I just had no apricot yogurt for weeks. So, defeated the object, really. But, you know, obviously there's no issue with that now. Phoenix are working around the clock to have their online orders fulfilled. So, being back at work is helping now. Yeah, how are you getting on with that? Obviously, I've been DMing you the other day when you said you were going back to work for the first day, and you said it was a bit strange because obviously there's only a select few of you there. But how are you finding having that routine? Is it still, are you back full time like Monday to Friday, or is it just set days of the week? Or yeah, let me know. I'm actually intrigued. I genuinely, this is a question me and Elle was saying at the start of the live stream. I think we're going to struggle with a routine of going back to work initially. I mean, we humans will adapt. We will adjust to it. But I'm really not looking forward to getting up at 6:30 every morning.
Yeah, same.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, as much as it sounds such a weird thing to say, because I know there's a lot of people that are still going to work, getting up at that time. But when you haven't for nearly 6 weeks, your body's just like, nah, I'm all right. Why was I doing this before? It's crazy. I think Alex is working nights this week, and I don't know how he does it, mate. Got switching between nights and days. On 4 days. Mad. How are we tasting? What's the flavour?
It's still really lemony. I don't know why. Maybe it's not my coil. Maybe it's just the juice itself is just becoming a bit lemony. I don't know.
Oh.
I think the cotton still needs to be sort of worn in a bit first.
I think that's one of the only downsides of rebuildables is when you wick it and you start hitting it. It's just like there's no set amount of puffs or time for that cotton to really soak through. So you just get this weird cotton taste. I hate it.
Yeah.
But when the flavour breaks through, you're like, hell yeah. Got this flavour for weeks. Beth's put, yeah, back to normal hours because I got the text, come back tomorrow. I didn't have time really to dread it. It's really relaxed though, dressed down, music on, and the big boss got us a chippy. Happy days. Can't argue with that. I suppose, yeah, if he's just text you saying, like say this evening, saying come back tomorrow, then yeah, you're right, you haven't got time to worry about it. Just kind of get on with it, don't you? At the same time, I'd be like, what? You've just ruined my evening because now I've got a plan for something I originally wasn't planning for. But I see what you mean.
Yeah, I know a lot of my colleagues have gone back to work now. It's mainly, I think there's 5 of us on the work floor that still aren't back, and the office staff.
Oh yeah, you were doing like a alternate week A, week B style, weren't you, with your workforce? It was like split into 2 teams.
Yep.
So what is it? Just one team that's gone back regularly, or they still split?
Well, it was one team did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Second team did Thursday, Friday, and potentially Saturday morning.
Okay.
Then after the first week of that, I was told that I was being put on furlough, and as were many of my other colleagues.
Right.
Then one of my friends that I work with, he got told to go back to work. And then when he turned up, the other guy, because there's 2 of them that have been there for so long that they're like jack of all trades.
Right, okay.
And he said, oh no, we've sorted it out now, you can go home. So he basically went into work for a day and then was put on furlough again. And then he went back at the beginning of last week for good, I guess. But from what I've heard, there's 4 or 5 of us, like workers from the work floor, that are still off. And most, like 99% of the office staff are still on furlough.
It's mad. It is crazy when you think about it. It's crazy. Like I said, for Phoenix, obviously their stores are shut, but their the online is still operating. The warehouse is still operating. So they've got obviously the income and the workload for them guys. But our store managers were just like, cool. Just waiting for the call essentially to go back. Don't know when it is. Here's a question for you. It's something I was thinking about earlier. Obviously, the lockdown is going to be reviewed on the 7th of May-ish, roundabout then. Do you think we'll have a longer lockdown, or do you think that they are going to relax it?
Well, from what I heard, on the 17th of May, schools are going to start opening again. So I think during May it's gonna start going back to normality, I think.
Fair play. I personally think that. Well, okay. What I would like to see happen is a gradual reopen. Like say, for example, okay, lockdown's going to be in place for another 3 weeks. However, the first week, these select group of people can now start going back to work. The week after, we then do another group of people. The week after that, we do another group until it comes back to normal. I just don't. My worst fear is that they just go, well, past the peak, just open the doors, everyone go crazy, go back to normal, and then we have a second spike.
The thing is, they won't do that. Boris won't do that because they did that in Japan. They thought, oh, we've already gone past the peak, so they reopened everything, and then they had a massive
second spike
crisis of people all catching the virus and all ending up in hospital, and it fucked them over. And they were like, about a week after they said everyone could go back to normal life, they had to go back on like an even worse lockdown because
it's crazy. I saw a comparison online, and it was like a house on fire, and it was like obviously on fire, and they said, oh, it's past the fire is past the peak. That doesn't mean you go running into a burning building. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And I'm just hoping that the right people in the right position make the right decision and don't just go, I'll be all right. But as long as they stagger it slowly, I think we'll be all right. But it's going to be weird. I can't picture... I know maybe this sounds a bit dramatic, but I can't picture myself in a room full of a load of people now. Ever again. Like, do you know what I mean? I can't imagine just going into a shop and there's just lots of people all within a 2-meter radius and just being fine with it. I think this is going to...
Well, that's like shops at the moment anyway, because they're not no one's fucking taking any notice.
Yeah, to be fair, once you get into stores, they're just everyone for themselves. It's ridiculous. Right. But it looks like there's going to be 3 of us for a while yet. They monitor custom spending, so God knows when everyone else will be back. Yeah, that's why I've been brought back, because I know how both of the departments within accounts work, and I worked on both. That's because you're a boss-ass bitch. Neil's put, it's got to be staggered slowly, otherwise it could ignite a second wave. Yeah, exactly that. And then Bev put, they would be silly to do that. There will be another spike, 100%. But as much as like for us lot, it makes perfect sense to stagger it. For the mass of people, they might not see that. Do you know what I mean? And I find that silly. You guys think that's silly, but there are going to be a massive group of people that don't see the logic in staggering and just think, oh, we'll be all right.
I mean, McDonald's is now reopening 5 of their restaurants in the UK, I think, as well.
Yeah, TGI's have opened 5, or will be opening 5 in certain areas. And I believe, what was the other fast food chain? Or restaurant chain? They're opening like 5 or 15 of them across the UK just to kind of see how it goes. It's going to be weird. I can't wait to go into a really overpriced coffee shop and grab my overpriced coffee. Speak to another human that's not behind a protective shield of glass. Be great. I have saved quite a bit of money though. I mean, I've kind of had to because with the whole furlough thing, you don't really know how you're going to be month by month because it's all company dependent.
All the money that I could have saved, like especially on food and stuff, I think I've spent it on like takeaways, games, shit like that.
No, I get you, mate. I get you. There's been a
furlough is 80% of what I'd normally earn, and it's not 80% of my entire salary because it doesn't include the overtime. So
right,
I'm about 120 quid down a week, which is 480 quid a month.
Oof.
I'm down on wages.
See, what I've done is, what I tried doing is I was working out my normal monthly finances. And I spend about 25 quid a week on fuel. So that's £100 a month that I'm automatically saving because I've not had to put fuel in. And I was thinking of like odd little bits. I think the biggest thing I've saved on is getting lunch every day. Because obviously working in a town, it's just easy and convenient to go out, get lunch and whatever.
Same thing. When I'm at work, I go and visit the local burger van for lunch every day.
Oh, mate. Yeah, of course.
So that's 25 quid a week. But I've probably spent more than that on fucking pizzas and...
Yeah. I've tried. Nick calls me stingy all the time, and I'm just trying to be smart because, like you said, it's not 80% of your salary. Like it's 80% of your monthly earnings. That doesn't include any overtime or anything else or expenses or whatever. It's just 80% base. Now I was quite fortunate this month because I was owed some expenses from a few months ago, which I actually forgot to file in months ago, and I'm thankful that they gave me to them because they were like, "Can you do this?" I was like, "Oh, I completely forgot. That's from like 2 months ago. Sorry." But even with that, I was still a couple £100 short across the month. So I was lucky that I'd managed to save a few quid prior. But yeah, if it goes on too much longer, I think a lot of companies, a lot of employees are going to start asking a lot of questions like, okay, well, what do we do? Like, we just can't afford to live anymore. Do we need to get another job? Like, it's going to be mad. What else has it said in the chat? Let's go a second wave. Greg's will be failing without you.
Dripper is.
Is it good?
It's definitely fresh.
Greg's will be failing without you. I know, right? I'm such a Greg's fiend. I've missed. Do you know what Nick did the other day? She showed me a picture of a closed Greg's, and it genuinely nearly made me cry. I'd forgot about Greg's. I'd actually forgot about it, and she was like, why? They've been shut for ages. I'm like, yes, but I'd managed to bury it in my subconscious and not think about Greg's, and now you brought it all the way to the surface. A rush of emotions. I just want Greg's. And now I have to relive. It's like I have to grieve again that Greg's is shut. It's ridiculous. Can't wait to go back to Greg's. I bought some of the new clothes with my furlough pay. Technically, the government paid for it, though, so thanks, Bojo. Yeah, you wait until we get back to normality and our tax goes through the roof because we've got to pay all that money back. That's just what people don't realise.
Freaking furlough pay anyway.
What's that?
You're paying tax on your furlough pay anyway. They still take national insurance and PAYE out of it.
Do they? See, what I was led to believe is the 80% is obviously the extra 20% they would take is tax, but they're not going to tax you on your earnings for that 80%. That was my assumption. Obviously, it doesn't work quite like that. But that's why I was like, why is it only 80%? But yeah. My weekly shop has gone up by 40 quid, but I am saving 45 quid on parking and at least 25 a week on lunches. That's fair enough. So you're still making a saving, and that's a touch.
So Tetley Man asked what we're vaping on. I am vaping on the blue. Well, currently I'm swapping between the Bloom Cucumber Cantaloupe and the Homeboy Sweet Grape and Peach.
At the moment, I am vaping a brand called Bloom. They're like a botanic style. I've got their Nick Salts in a 10mg, and I'm using pear and elderflower. I've actually got it in both my devices because I'm really lazy. They were both empty, and there was one bottle in front of me, so I just filled them both up with it. I really want to do a giveaway with some Innovape stuff because I've got loads of this juice I'm looking at under my desk. I mean, loads of it. However, the way their sort of gimmick is it comes with a flavoured Nick shot. Now, because of that, I don't really know what I can and can't do. So, yeah. I have got other juice, but I just want to give back to you guys. I really do. Like, you guys are so awesome. I just want to be able to give you guys stuff, but...
Oh, that other stuff that I bought, by the way, was also disappointing.
The,
what is it called? Illusions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the really fruity one wasn't really that fruity. It was really subtle, and the apple and blackcurrant one's also very subtle. It's a nice flavour, but it's very subtle. And the other one, I'm just like, meh.
Oh man, their tester bottles are awesome, but maybe it's...
I prefer fruits? Yes, I do. Definitely, Tetley Man. I'm definitely a fruit man. Botanical. Or otherwise, I vape.
Both prefer fruits. Or I mean, I do.
I can't really say for you.
Yeah, I suppose I do prefer fruits. It's more ice and menthol that I'm very particular with, but I do like sweets. So like bubblegums, blue raspberries, that sort of candy style.
Your candy floss and crap like that.
Yeah, rather than just a solid fruit. However, I do like a good fruit. Depending on time of the year will depend whether I have it as an ice or a menthol. I won't have them across the winter months because no. Whereas during the summer months, all day long, very refreshing.
Did you say that Vapes of the Seven Seas has got the whole Bloom range in?
Yes, they put a post out earlier. They've got the whole ranges of the 10mg and 20mg Nick Salts and the 50ml bottles and 100ml bottles available.
Well,
yeah.
I should have, if I'd only waited a week, I would have been able to pick up that starfruit cactus.
I tell you what, like, Nick has been on one. Like, obviously, she deals with everything.
Yeah,
I just...
Get Homeboy on there, mate. I'd never... Well, mind you saying that, I would need to visit Phoenix. But
Yeah, like this is a thing. Obviously, with Nick having it and sponsoring the channel and things, I've got this weird sort of amount of people that like think that I personally deal with it. I have nothing to do with it. Like Nick just tells me what she's doing and does it. Like honestly, she'll come in from work later, she'll pick up her laptop, and then I won't talk to her for a few hours, and she'll go, "Is dinner done?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, cool." She's proper on one, mate. Like proper on one. So I think yesterday she scheduled a few posts for today. I think it was yesterday where she was like, "Oh, by the way, we've got Bloom and Fruit cider stuff in Nick Salts and stuff." I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." She's like, yeah, tell Elliot I'm trying to get Homeboy, but I just can't find him. Like, I just can't get him at the moment. I'm waiting to hear back. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, what about contacting Homeboy directly? Because they do have a website.
Yeah, like I said, I'll have to speak to her. She's just on a mission, mate. She's trying to... What she's been really good at is listening to people and then trying to implement their advice or criticism or whatever it is to then streamline the website. I know you've been a big help for that. With like categorizing things and things like that, and obviously work. She's had 3 days off, so she's really been going hammer at tongs and all the little bits that she wouldn't normally have time to do, and she's ironed all those out. It makes me feel guilty, man. I just sit there watching YouTube, and she's just like hammering away, plugged into the Matrix, and I'm like, "You all right?" She's like, "Yeah, just leave me alone." All right, cool. It's crazy. So I think that she's looking at. Yeah. So last time we spoke about it, it would make sense to have them in flavor groups. And I spoke to her about it as well. I was like, I personally think that's a good idea too. Have, say, fruits, desserts, menthols, tobaccos.
Well, that's what a lot of websites do, yeah.
Yeah, botanicals, aromatic, whatever you want. You can have little categories. And what she was trying to say to me was like, the way the system works is because she has so many products at the moment. Say, for example, IVG, they've got like sweets section. They've got desserts. They've got tobaccos. They've got... lollipop ranges with ice without. The way that the system works is they would be very easy to then separate. So you could put the IVG tobaccos in tobaccos, etc. She was saying that there's just a few, well, there's quite a lot of ranges that she's got at the moment, where on the drop down, it will literally jump from like sweet apple to then strawberry cheesecake to then a blue raspberry bonbon. Like all of their flavors in that range are so sporadic, and she's got no way of separating them out individually and then putting them in groups, because the system will automatically group them together as one brand with a drop down. So she's trying to work out how she can split them into groups without having to put one brand into 4 groups and having all of the range. I was like, yeah, I'm going to let you deal with that because I ain't got a clue. Like, you just crack on and let me know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I would possibly be able to help, but I'd need access to the back end for that. So.
Yeah, of course. I'll let her know, mate. I'll let her know. But yeah, no, I'm glad she's got like... She's starting to get a lot of what I call fan favourites, and I know it's a very wide spectrum. I know obviously vaping is worldwide, but from like what me and you know locally, people that we know of that are really enjoying. So it's just good to see she's really enjoying it, sinking her teeth into it, and it's going well for her. To be fair, she's just she's learning every day. Do you know what I mean? This is, for her, it was like, oh, you're doing the YouTube stuff. She really likes the community we've got. She absolutely loves it. And she was like, I just need to get involved and I want to weigh in. And I'm like, cool, that's not a problem. She's doing this. I'm like, yeah, sweet, I'll help you as much as I can. But it is her project, do you know what I mean? So she's going crazy with it. I don't know how long it will last. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to keep poking her with a stick and make sure that she is still doing it as best as she can. Because there's nothing worse than getting heavily invested in something and then just leaving it. Which she's not the type of person to do, but... she is the type of person to get heavily invested in something and then just take a foot off the gas and try something completely different and then go back to it. But at the moment, she's crushing it. She's trying to do what she can. And I'm trying to, from my perspective, I'm just trying to make sure she doesn't burn herself out at both ends, because I've been there. I'm sure you have as well, do you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to make sure she still keeps her structure, focuses on her uni stuff, and then has, like, I'm trying to get her to be very smart of a time. Schedule some posts for a few days ahead. That way you then don't have to worry about that or whatever. Right, so I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. Yeah, they do. Do you both prefer fruits? The 80% is still taxable, and your employer can pay the missing 20% if they want, but don't have to. If you are lucky, you can be furloughed and get another job. Ah, okay. Did not know that. I thought when you were furloughed, it was like, we're going to pay you 80%. We don't have to pay the 20%. But it's like, being made redundant, but not like they're still going to pay you, but you just have to kind of wait it out. I don't know. I didn't read my furlough agreement, just signed it because I was told to. Probably should have, really. Parma Violets is my fave, Beth. You love Parma Violets. And I'll tell you what, I think I might have spoke to you about this, Elliot. You know the 88 vape stuff? Beth is the one that come up with the concoction. It was like energy ice and Parma Violets, and it tasted unbelievable. I have to get Beth to bring it in so you can try it. Well, when the world goes back to normal. So literally double pay as long as your new temporary employer is not connected to your current employer in any way. Oh, okay. I might have to go and get another part-time job then.
Well, it makes sense because you can have 2 jobs anyway.
Yeah,
can have
of
as many
course.
jobs as you want. Like, I mean, Tesco are screaming. Well, they were screaming for people.
Yeah, I might go get a little part-time job. Why not?
Right, I'm going back to my tank. Those liquids in
You've given up with a dripper.
They're a bit too much. Those sorts of liquids. They're meant for tanks. They're not meant for dripping.
Parma Violets is nice, but my favourite...
Lemon cheesecake or whatever.
Oh, mate. Right, so Neil's put Parma Violets is nice, but my favourite is apricot yogurt all day long. Man, you're addicted. And you love it, and I know you love it, and there's nothing wrong with it, because I actually low-key am addicted to apricot yogurt. I just don't have any. Actually,
apricot yogurt's amazing.
I think I've got some left in a 6 milligram. Oh, I didn't even think about that until I've just read that comment. Tellyman's put, so without giving the business outlay away, Jay, are you getting them in direct wholesale when there is funds to get them all in? Honestly, mate, I have no idea. It is all Nick that does it, so I'll have to speak to her. She literally does everything. I don't know what she's doing. She's just telling me what's coming out. If I wouldn't mind, if she could sponsor the channel and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll do what I can to help. But business side of stuff, she deals with all that. It's nothing to do with me. It's her company. Do you know what I mean? So I just support her as much as I can. Fair play to her, because it does take a lot of her time up. Plus, she's doing uni and she's been a nurse, so I just don't know how she finds the time to do it all, to be fair. But no, she just loves being with you guys, the community, the subscribers, just all our friends and family, everyone in the vaping industry that we've met. She just absolutely loves it, and I think this is just her way in. This is what she wanted to do. She's been talking about something like this for a long time, but me sounding very selfish, I was just kind of in my own little bubble, just making sure the channel was doing all right, ticking over and still doing my job, and things like that, just making sure everything was at a really good standard. So now she's actually been able to do this, and I can support her in as many ways as she wants me to. It's the best feeling ever. So, and she really appreciates you guys. The support she's had on the site so far is amazing. So, big shout out to you guys. But yeah, in terms of the business outlay, I genuinely have no idea. It's all up to her. Otherwise, I'd let you know. So, holy crap, it's 2014, Elliot. What's up, everyone? I must say, I did notice, I just haven't mentioned it. You have had a nice little trim up. I like it.
Yeah.
Did the beard get just too itchy?
It definitely needed it.
I'm still trying to grow mine out. I've got to the point now where I need to trim like above my lip, but I'm scared to, so I feel I'm just going to mess it all up.
Yeah, that's when you start eating it, it gets a bit much.
It's like I start blowing out my vape and it just gets caught all around my mouth now, and I'm like, oh, I've got a wet beard constantly. But yeah, I'm trying to grow out the sides because I always used to have this sort of style where it goes all the way around. But I want to kind of grow the sides out, and it's just weird. It's not doing what I want it to do. Neil's put, she's done brilliant with it. Honestly, it means the world to her. She absolutely loves it. You guys are all honestly amazing. I shaved mine completely. Mad. I couldn't do that. I think I've had that sort of stubbly short beard for a while now, or a long time. I don't think I could go completely without now. I think I'd look like some sort of criminal. Dan's beard gone. Lockdown's getting to him. Has he shaved his head as well? I know he usually likes short hair anyway. But if he's like beard's gone, shaved head, please tell me Tom hasn't shaved his head off and all his beard off as well. That'd be mad. Mr. Evasive Pants, I'm letting my hair grow. Do you know what? All right, I'm going full out pirate. I am growing this beard out. I'm growing my hair out to like Jesus length. I'm going full on pirate, mate. It will look good when I practice Liado in near future.
It's like martial arts with a sword.
Oh, sweet. That's sick. I'd be mad. Oh dear. So what have you guys been up to in lockdown in the last week? Is there anything that's happened to you or something that you've discovered? Any series you're watching? Any ways that you're coping? This is just much about you guys as it is us. This is meant to be a vaping live stream, but I just like to interact with you guys. These last 3 Sundays have been awesome. Like genuinely, it's lifted my mental health so much. It's given me this new sense of like, what's the word? Like social interaction, even though it's not physical. I absolutely love it. I really look forward to this time every Sunday. Look, I don't think I'd recognise Tom if he did that. I've never seen him without. I will send you a picture. I actually have a picture. There's actually a vlog from a few years ago where Tom shaved his head and his beard, and I have it on film.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
picture that.
Honestly, like, as much as I don't like my old content, because I've got it there as a growth thing, but from more of a cringe perspective, go on my channel, go back to, I think it was Vlogmas when I did it at the old house. That was the first Christmas that me, Nick, Tom, and Dan lived together. And there is a video where the thumbnail is a silhouette of also it's obviously Tom, but it's like blacked out. And in that video, I show him without no hair and no beard. So go watch it and you'll see what I mean. Fair play for him to do it. I think it was just a case of he had enough. He just wanted to get rid of start again, and I get that. But when you look back, you just go, whoa. I was trying to grow a beard after the recent episode. I sort of went postal and changed my whole appearance again. Fair enough. And I feel reinvigorated for some reason. I discovered my ex-friend was a bitch. Other than that, I discovered that tuna toast is delicious. Oh man, I'm not a fan of tuna. But fair play that you found it. Message hell for review. That's because it's got the word tuna in it, mate. Even YouTube knows. Also discovered that I may have a crush on Elliot with his new look. To be fair, I'll give you that. He's got the sex appeal. It is plus 10 on the...
I need a haircut. I am getting so fucked off with my hair. It's ridiculous.
I've had this hat glued to my head for the last 3 weeks because I shaved it all off. Nick did the best job she could, but it's not grown evenly, so it's just a mess.
I think I was one of the only 2 or 3 people that actually saw your Instagram thing where you actually were like sat there with Nick. You were like, it hurts. It was just like fucking ripping clumps of your hair around.
Yeah, that's because the clippers were gone, mate. They were just like not rusted, but they were just gone. She put vegetable oil in it, thinking it would work as well, which made it worse. But then she ordered me some new ones and redid it a couple of days later. And like I said, it's a lot better, but it wasn't quite as even as it should be. So it's grown in patches. So I just wear a hat all the time now. I'm just going to try and grow it out, go to the hairdressers or barbers, get them to like shape it properly and then let it grow out again. I watched a series called Unorthodox on Netflix. That was good. It's about a girl that wants to escape her Jewish community. Very interesting. Ooh. I think I saw a trailer for that. I can't help it. It's just natural. It just happens. I don't know what sets it off. It just does. I think I saw Nick skipping through on Netflix because we've got in this cycle every evening where she'll go, do you want to watch anything? I'm like, I'm not fussed, put whatever you want on. And then we'll just literally look at the menu screens for an hour and a half trying to pick something. And then we'll put something on and then she'll go, I've got to go to bed in a minute. So yeah, I think I saw one of the trailers for the Unorthodox on the little slide tile and it looked pretty interesting. I didn't know what it was about, but I'll have to give that a go. Give me your hair and we'll call it square. Vegetable oil on her head. No. Trying to impersonate the Ghost Rider or something. No. So when the clippers were like just not working and just being very rough, like, honestly, it was ripping hair out my scalp rather than just cutting it. She put vegetable oil on the clippers thinking that it would like lubricate the clippers. It just made it worse. Because we didn't have the machine oil that you should have. We'd run out. But yeah. Oh, you absolute legends. Absolute legends. So yeah, How long have we been streaming for? An hour and 24 minutes.
Almost an hour and a half.
Yeah. Nice. So, I can't remember what I was going to say. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say.
I don't know what you were saying.
I'll interact slower now, playing low. Trying to reach plat 4 before I play with Elliot again, so I have a reason not to not rank with him. Fair enough. That's determination, that. Oh dear. Mad. What was I was gonna say something, it was literally just gone straight out of my head. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. We'll just start a new topic. So for those of you who are watching, who watch the channel, would you like to see any different styles of content, or are you quite happy with having the variety that we've got? So say like a weekly live stream, either some advice videos or hardware reviews, e-liquid reviews. Is there anything else, even asking you as well, Elliot, any other sort of variety of vaping content you'd like to see on the channel? Or are you quite content with how it is at the moment?
I mean, vaping wise, you sort of cover everything as it is.
I try to. I try to.
I don't know.
Admittedly, it has been a lot harder hardware-wise.
More juice reviews would be good, but like more differing flavors, because a lot of the time you do review like candy floss, blue raspberry. A lot of the ones you review seem to be quite similar in flavor.
Yeah, I've got a couple of companies sending me different ranges, so I can't name the companies yet because it's not been confirmed. But one of them has got 2 ranges. And when I was looking through them, they're completely different ends of the spectrum, so that'd be quite nice. And like I said to you before, with hardware and with e-liquid, it's literally whatever I get sent. And there was a period where a lot of the e-liquid was very similar. Do you know what I mean? A lot of companies were trying to replicate these certain formulas and either make them in a Nixol or make them into, short fills. So, yeah. But no, I can definitely do more e-liquid reviews. That's not a problem. Like I said to you before, from my perspective looking in, it's like, are people getting bored? Or are they happy with things, how they're going? Like, we've obviously locked down hardware and e-liquid deliveries coming into the office have obviously slowed down. I've kind of made do with what we've got. So, there was a couple of weeks where all I did was advice videos because I hadn't done them. I think it would bring value to people. Plus, I required no props for it or any hardware or anything because I just didn't have any. But I don't think I could do it long term, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything. Missed football like mad though. Yeah, I honestly have missed the football. Do you know what? Me and Nick doesn't understand. Well, she gets football. She just doesn't understand my passion for football. I was watching as she was like, "Oh, I've got to go to bed because I've got work like today," and I was like, "Cool. I'm just gonna watch the Premier League review of 2014-15." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because it's sick. I want to relive that season." She's like, "No." And then I started watching like the best Premier League free kicks of the decade. She's like, "Oh, well, they'll just go in the same spot. They just go in the back of the net." I don't know why you get so excited. I'm like, because of the technique, because of like the occasion it was on. Like, oh, it's mad. But she doesn't get it, which is fine. But she does the same to me with like makeup looks, and I'm like, yeah, cool. It's just, they just paint their face, isn't it? Like, I appreciate the hard work that goes into it. It is an art form, 100%. But I haven't got the passion that she has.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably say that, yeah, I mean, I'd probably be more with her, really, on that one.
That's fair enough. I mean, there is a YouTuber she watches called Glam and Gore, and honestly, man, she is so talented because she's a visual special effects makeup artist. The stuff she does is honestly unbelievable. It's so good. And she'll be like, "Oh, I've not really done anything like this," because she's been a makeup artist for like over a decade. But she obviously specialises in special effects. But like, she's done all sorts. But she did one the other day where it was like she was doing drag makeup, like that sort of style. And I said to Nick, I said, "This is me being ignorant, not knowing, but is drag makeup difficult, or is it like a very commonly used makeup style?" She's like, "Honestly, it's ridiculous because you have to overemphasize all the features. So you have to like almost redesign your face in certain areas. And I was like, oh, okay. But honestly, man, she's really, really good. And she's just entertaining to watch. What we've got, keep it up. I'm enjoying it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Are you a Tottenham fan? No, I'm not. I am not a Tottenham fan. There is a massive picture behind me, which should give away what team I support, and the other pictures as well. I'm a Chelsea fan, unfortunately. Someone's got to. Review masks that you can vape through. Oh, that could be.
I said let the Americans do. That's the sort of thing they'd do.
Yeah, to be fair, that is to be fair. Did I tell you when I got sent the Vapresso Extra and a few other bits? They sent us Vapresso actually sent us like a pack of 10 masks as well. Apparently, it's
really?
Yeah, I think it's like becoming like a legislation for anyone that's out currently that's exporting goods that you have to supply the masks for them. I just thought it was a really nice touch. I opened it up. I'm like, they've sent us 10 of these masks as well, and it was like, sweet, it'll come in handy.
Well, it's sweet. I can take those to work.
14-15 Seaver is worth watching over and over. Like I said, I went back to it and I was like, do you know what? I forgot how many good moments for all teams in that season. It was great. I don't fancy football much, to be fair. Kind of boring. Hey, that's fair enough, man. I understand that some people say it's like, you're watching 22 men kick a sack of air around. And I totally get that sort of, that side of it, that perspective. I get it. It's just, I was raised in a football family. I didn't have a choice. It was like football, get kicked out, left in the streets. So. Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah. There's a follow-on from the chat comment. Fair play. I'm just reading back now, and it makes perfect sense. Oh, you absolute legends. This is why I love it. We just get such a random variety of topics. Is there anything that you want to talk about, Elliot? Anything that you've come across in the last week that you think, oh, this would be a good topic to discuss? Or that's interesting?
Okay, Tetley Man's message was held for review, but there we go. Chelsea mascot in 89, when we were shit.
Oh, mate. What a legend. I missed out on being a Chelsea mascot for a few years because the wait list for it was so long that by the time I was eligible to do it, I was too old. Which is just crazy when you think about it. All I'm doing is walking out 50 yards and shaking some hands and then running away. But yeah, the waiting list was mad. 89, I remember my first ever Chelsea, I know this is going to be a bit boring for a lot of people, but just quickly, the first Chelsea game that I actually watched was 97, 98? Might have been the 97, 98 season or the 98, 99 season. I was very young, but that...
Yeah, I was going to say, you're only a couple of years older than I was at the time, so you're only a couple of years older than me, so you must have been like, what, 4 or 5?
Well, I was 92 I was born, so I'd have been, I think the 97, 98, it might have been 98 actually. It's only about 6. I just remember laying in front of the telly and my dad screaming at it because I think a certain team was winning. And I just remember a Gianfranco Zola free kick. I remember it so clearly. That just stuck with me. And yeah, it's just always been a Chelsea fan ever since. My dad actually had a really good way of getting me to decide a team. So he put on a tape, right, old VHS tape. And it was a black and white game. Okay, he didn't tell me the occasion because at that time, I didn't understand the concept of like an FA Cup final or whatever. He said, right, you're going to watch this tape. You've got people in white and people in grey because obviously it was black and white, right? He said, at the start of the game, you pick a team, watch the game. At the end of the game, you make a decision based on these two teams, and whoever you choose, who you support. And I was like, all right, cool. So I chose the ones that were in dark. And it was actually a Chelsea-Tottenham game where we lost. So Chelsea lost, and Dad was like, oh, do you still want to support them? I was like, well, yeah, I chose them, so I'm going to stick with them. And that's just how it happened. I thought it was really unique. Rather than being like a glory hunter and just going, oh, these guys are winning, I'll just support them because everyone else is. It's just weird. But I quite rate it. Sorry, that was a weird tangent. Anyway, Elliot, is there anything that you've come across this week that you feel is worth sharing, talking about?
That stupid article about the fact that vaping is dangerous if you've got coronavirus or whatever the fuck it is. I sent you a while back.
Yeah, honestly, anything that comes out of America does my head in. Like, it just does my nut in. Like,
Yeah, Yeah, but the stupid thing is the articles are so clickbait because if you read it, it was like I was saying, oh yeah, vaping causes like lung lesions and whatever, and they're calling it what was it, like TAPL or something stupid.
Honestly, man.
But then when you read the article that's about that whatever they've now called like vaping related lung injuries or whatever the fuck they've called it now,
Yeah.
it said it was again to do with the ones with the vitamin E acetate. And
Do you know what?
The dang vapes cartridges.
From an American
It's like,
perspective,
not vaping, it's the freaking crap.
exactly. And this is the thing. This is why the internet can be so positive and so toxic, because it's so easy to rile people up and put out clickbait and negative and negative things. They gain so much traction because they're easy to share than positive stuff and facts. But I want to know what's happened to all this press that we had late last year in America about all these people that were dying from this vape illness, because they've just disappeared on the face of the earth. They're not talking about it anymore. What's that all about? Like, what is that all about? They've not come back and said, oh, okay, yeah, we were wrong. It was vitamin E acetate. That was the culprit, not vaping as an industry. Or, you know, they've literally said nothing about it, swept it under the carpet. All the articles you find are from at that time, nothing newer. It's ridiculous. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a few videos of like and articles as well saying about nicotine could prevent coronavirus, or PG can be used as a disinfectant.
That's sort of part because obviously there was things saying that smokers have less chance smokers have less chance of catching coronavirus because nicotine and whatever can help stop it, prevent it from actually entering the bloodstream or the body or whatever. And then it was like, and then there was the article tacked onto that says, oh, you shouldn't take up smoking or vaping because obviously vaping can cause injuries in the lungs and blah, 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 as we saw last year. And then that was linked to the article that said, oh, well, 99% of the cases of people that had problems with their lungs due to vaping was because of the bullshit, you know, the dank vapes card, the vitamin E acetate. And
oh, it's just mad, honestly. It is always, as I always say, good news travels slowly, bad news has wings. I like that. That's a good little expression. And then it creates the majority of dimwits that roam society. Yet again, totally agree. Like, there's a couple of people on my Facebook which I've just unfollowed now, because all they do is they're just sharing and retweeting the most ridiculous news articles and ridiculous videos that don't even apply to this country. And they're like, see, this is what's really going on. It's like, yes, Sandra, I'm sure that you, without a job and 15 kids, knows exactly what's going on more than the government does. Thank you for sharing this absolute bullshit article. And it's just because everyone's on their phone, there's so much of it. And I'm like, nah, sorry, I just got to stay away from it.
I mean, I deleted a few people off Facebook because it was like, they were so fucking hypocritical. They were like, oh yeah, anyone who votes Conservative's a fucking moron. And I was like, and then in the next breath they were like, oh yeah, but you can vote who you want to vote for and whatever. And then they were sharing like just spamming all these memes about how Conservative voters are like 80-year-old people that are going to die within a year anyway. And I'm like, I literally said to a couple of them, like, you're such fucking hypocrites. I said, like, I don't know why I even bother to talk to you. Like, you're just a bunch of cunts. And I just fucking deleted them off. I was like, fuck you. I can't be bothered with it.
I've always said this. I don't tend to go into politics or religion because, in my opinion, they both end up in war at some stage, whether it's at a molecular level or a bigger picture, whatever. It's just things that you have your opinions on it. There's no right or wrong. It's just a personal choice. And I can never keep up with it, so I just choose to, not get involved. But yeah, I've seen a lot of like, oh, if you voted Tory, then don't clap the NHS because you literally voted to stop their pay cuts and things. And it's like, it's very and not just from that end, but there's also other end of the spectrum, like against Labour and things like that. And it's like, from a neutral, it's just kind of like more of a centralist, if I'm being honest. I just kind of listen to everything and make my own judgment rather than picking a side. Which I am really in life, to be honest. I just listen to everything and make my own opinion on it, whatever. It just seems so personal, even though it's not. It's more of an attack on a party or a certain policy. Like, whoever is sharing it or talking about it, it's always so aggressive, so personal, so attacked, and it's like, like I said, someone as a neutral reading it, I'm like, ow, like this feels like it's aimed at me and it's not even about me. Like that's why I just don't really get involved. Like I say, all the news stuff that's being shared from America, like they're saying that the coronavirus is all a big facade and it's all fake and it's all to make money. And it's like, oh my God, like, are you not understanding the severity of this issue that we're going through? Not just as one economy, but as a global pandemic. Like, it's not just a case of one country trying to benefit. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, it does point to certain directions in certain aspects. Like, I know there's a big conspiracy right now whether it's a man-made bioweapon or if it's just a freak accident that got out and we couldn't control it. You know, you're entitled to your opinion, but when it comes to like, oh, well, they're just doing this and this because it makes the government more money, I'm like, are you really? Nah, get in the bin. Like, people's health come first. They have to. Too many people have opinions about things they know nothing about, and the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have. To be fair, you've hit the nail on the head there, mate. Yeah.
I'm going to say exactly the same thing.
Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head. I'm not trying to sit here on a pedestal and say I know everything, because I don't, and that's why I only talk about things that I do know about, because that's a realm I've got knowledge in. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't start talking about politics, religion, even a lot of tech stuff I wouldn't even start talking about, because I know a surface level knowledge, but not expert knowledge or anything like that to obviously weigh in an opinion. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this has definitely been a live stream of all topics, and I'm sorry if I've just verbally diarrheaed on everyone. I'm sorry. Like I said, this is my one slot a week where I get to just talk to you guys, and I love it because we always talk about random ass stuff. Obviously, if you are watching the stream and you aren't a subscriber, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave a like on the live stream, just so I know that you're enjoying it, because that would really, really help. I'd appreciate it. The growth has been honestly unbelievable on this channel in the last, well, just more so from the start of the year. I think it's just been mad. It seems to be breaking.
You only posted the other day that you hit 1.7k subscribers, and it says here at 1.76. So only in the course of like a week and a half, you've gotten like what, 600 subscribers?
Oh no! So gained 60 odd subscribers, which is still mental. So the way it's going, the way it's been going is like I'm gaining 100 subscribers every 2 weeks, which is mental. Like, and I know, like I've said to you before, Elliot, compared to other channels and other niches, it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's just a drop in the YouTube world. No one really cares. But for this community and like people like yourself that are close and good friends, I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't believe we're growing at a steady rate now, because I don't monetize the channel because we can't really. You have to be it's a very grey area with this sort of niche. We're starting from nothing. We're just being consistent. We're doing as much as we can, you know, trying to get out some good content. And it's now starting to snowball to the point where it's like, cool, we're just growing this community. I was looking at Social Blade, because I know obviously Social Blade used to be the go-to place. And I know now it's obviously not as much. It's been nerfed in a few areas. But it's just interesting to see what it recommends as a future prediction. They reckon by the 8th of August this year that the channel will have 2,500 subscribers. Now, even that, like, to a lot of people, that's nothing. I'm sitting there like, that would be absolutely incredible. They reckon by this time next year, I'll have 7,500 if we continue the way like we're going. That's mad. Like, just absolutely mental. Well, it is to me anyway, like, you know, but that's why I'm so humble with you guys. I just love it. I really do appreciate it. All the good feedback, like even the constructive criticism. I love it. Like, you guys are just so cool. I love this little community. It's just getting bigger.
I love being on these live streams, to be honest. Just chat about anything, and it's just
it's an outlet. Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of people, and I think for a couple of people that are tuning in, it's it's an outlet to speak to other people that they get on with. It's great. I absolutely love it. Right, so I don't dare to talk about Portuguese politics, as I don't follow it. It's boring. American politics, however, my only statement about American politics is that they have had Trump in charge for nearly a term now. Still feels like a bit of a dream, really, doesn't it? That he's been in charge for that long. It's mad. The guy literally told his citizens to inject themselves with bleach. Like, what is going on with that guy? Like, oh, it's mad.
Yeah, I've got to agree, Tatley, man. Love, it's like love the channel. It's like kicking back with a few mates. Yeah, it is.
Oh, man. See what I mean? I just love you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Neil. I appreciate it. I know you... See, this is one thing, right? I was going to save this for when Neil comes on the podcast or the live stream, however the world is sitting at the time.
System, weren't you?
Yeah, I've got pod systems on the brain, mate. That's what it is. Neil is actually one of the main reasons why we're in this position. And I'll tell you why. Because the first vaping video we did on the channel was the Nunchaku tank review. And I titled it, like, I recommend. I was thinking about doing that video for about a month before I actually uploaded it. And it was Dudley and Neil. Every day would come into the shop and just tell me to do it. Just be like, why haven't you done it yet? Do it. You've got the knowledge. You know about the tank. Just do it. Just upload it. You've got the presence. Just do it. And every day I was finding an excuse. Like, for me, it was like having the confidence to put a video out and say, oh, I know what I'm talking about with this specific item, and I'm going to share some knowledge on it, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. It just took a lot of sort of reassurance. It was like, no, you're not just an idiot trying to spew crap about an item. You know about this. This is what you do for a living. And if it wasn't for that sort of push, I don't think we'd be here. So thank you so much, Neil. I really appreciate it. You've been there since day one, and you've always, been very helpful, whether it's, to do with content, as a friend, ideas, or, just having that support. You're always one of the first people to comment on the videos, which is, it's just mental. I really appreciate it. Same with you, El. You always give me constructive criticism. You tell me what I do well, what I don't do. I really appreciate it. It does go a long way. I like the fact that we've got a community where we can all weigh in and make improvements overall, rather than just like I don't know. I see channels that are huge that have these massive communities they just don't engage with. I'm like, what are you doing? The reason you're there is because of the community.
Much better to have what you have, or I could possibly say we have, as a
100%.
a tight-knit, very sort of like a community that's always sort of, passing feedback and talking to each other, rather than have 30 million people and it's just, then it's too much. It's
crazy. Obviously everyone here, we look at or follow other content creators that have mass amounts of audience, and they very rarely dip into that community unless they're trying to sell something, or it's like a passing thing. They'll dip into it for a little while, and then they'll just completely ignore it again, and they won't go back to that community for a long time. And I'm looking at that thinking, I know that what they're doing is either entertaining, or it's a different niche that's can absolutely explode. So yes, they've got the traction. They're obviously good at what they do, but it's very rare that you see people with mass amount of followers, or like this community they've built that they're regularly involved with. And this is why I love doing these little live streams, or I like to try and post on the community tab as much as I can if I've got something worth sharing, or that's why I do my daily Instagram stories. A lot of you follow me on there, and I can DM you guys straight away on there, and it's really, really cool. Even some people have got me on Facebook as well, and again, same thing. I feel like I'm always connected to this community, and I absolutely love it. And like I say, it's people like you, Elliot, that have been there from the start, and I'm so happy that you've turned around and said that you feel like it is a close-knit thing that we can all get involved with and actually make decisions together. I really, really love that. It's kind of what I've been doing as a job within the stores I've worked in, just trying to do it online, and there's no gain from it other than meeting other vapors and just making the best content we can. Sorry, I've just got on another rant. Right, let me just catch up with the chat. Ironically, he's done a better job than most recent presidents. Like I said, I'm not going to get involved in politics. I just, from my perspective, being a neutralist, seeing someone like Donald Trump say the stuff he says over his term and do the things he's done, it just seems like it's a video game rather than reality. But fair play. If he's actually statistically done better than most presidents, then fair play to him. That's why he's there. People obviously voted him in, so he must be doing something right. I hate to say it, but it's true. He's just a senile orange. They gets whacked in the head off screen every time he says something stupid, so it stays with a clear mind. I mean, I'll tell you one thing he has done very well is he is very good at using social media, whether it's for his personal Twitter or just media outstream, like the outlets. He's very, very good at using those to his advantage. Like, you think of the amount of Trump like memes there are. Memes help you stay relevant, regardless if they're good or bad.
He just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Care. Yeah. He just keeps on doing what he's doing. I just shitpost. But we need people to do that. So we value you as a shitposter. I appreciate it. Neil, genuinely glad that you took the decision to make this happen. Honestly, mate, thank you so much. Like, I say it a lot, and Nick always says that I say it too much, but I will never get sick of saying it. I just genuinely appreciate the fact that you lot all take time out of your days to watch little old me in my office just chat crap about stuff. Like, honestly, it means the world. Beth's put, obviously I've been watching from the later vlog days, but seeing the growth is awesome. Yeah, again, Beth, I really appreciate it. Like, when I look back at the older vlogs, I look at them and go, okay, from a creator's perspective, I can see what I was trying to do, but my God, they're either cringe, not very well put together, or there's no storytelling, there's no purpose to the videos. And yeah, it actually took me a long time to be able to like vlog and make content around people like Beth and Dan and even Tom to a degree, because even though they're like very close friends, almost like a second family, do you know what I mean? We live together and things. You're still obviously your own people. So being around that environment and feeling comfortable takes a long time. But I'm glad I got to that position. Whereas like I can go into your house or your flat and be like, cool, I'm just going to post on Instagram stories and it's not a big deal. You guys kind of accept it and know that it's like a given or whatever. Because I'm just the weird guy that runs around with a camera talking to himself. But to get to that, that's exactly what it is. But it takes you a long time to get to that sort of position to be comfortable with your friends doing it. But I really appreciate the support, like genuinely. Tetley man, totally agree on engagement. It's not quantity, it's quality. 100%. And there's been times where Nick's had to kind of talk me down from things because I've sat there pulling my hair out because something's not good enough, or I can't meet a certain deadline, or, you know, I feel like I don't want to let you guys down. I want to try and stick to 3 videos a week on a Tuesday, Friday, and a Sunday. Yes, life gets in the way and sometimes it doesn't happen. I know recently, the last 2 weeks, I posted on the Saturday rather than the Friday. But the way my brain works is that, cool, still 3 videos. I'm still putting them out there. But no, I really do appreciate it. Like I said, you guys take time out your days to watch this stuff and get involved. That's amazing. Like, yeah, again with you, Elliot, as well. Like, you're like, oh, cool, we're hopping on the live stream. I'll be a moderator. I'll also be a guest. Like, we'll get involved. I absolutely love it. It's great. It's the one thing I was saying to Nick a few days ago. She was like, oh, who are you going to get on the podcast this week? It's like, Elliot will be there. Like, he loves it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's without taking it like, without saying it the wrong way, it's like a guaranteed guest who enjoys being a part of it rather than like, oh, great, I've got to do this now. It's like, yeah, sweet, cool. That's my outlet for a few hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, I mean, obviously I've got like other people I talk to, of course.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Mr. Beta Pants in the chat, like, play Warframe, one of the guys play Warframe with like all day, every day.
Yeah.
It's nice just you know, like just someone else as well. Like, I mean, I don't have many friends really, so it's nice to just.
No, I appreciate that.
Like, talk about the things that I can talk about with him. I can't really talk about with you, and the things I talk about with you, I can't really talk about with him. So,
yeah, it balances out. Exactly. No, I totally get that. No, I totally get that.
Go. No, mate.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Hey, guys, I normally stay to the end, but I have to go. I'll catch up with the ending when it goes on for playback on the tube. Take care, stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you all next Sunday. Thank you so much for joining in, Neil. I appreciate it. To be honest, I was going to wrap it up around the 2-hour mark-ish, so you're not going to miss a lot. Obviously, I have no control over the process. As soon as I end the stream, it automatically does it and then uploads it. So it will be up at some point today. And we know you're going to be there Sunday. Obviously, Elliot's just put in the chat. We know you're going to be there, mate. We know you're going to be there. I want to get you on one of these, audio and video. We're going to make it happen. Because
get him on.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We need to get him on. And also, we need to get Beth on. All right? I see you. I see you watching. I see you commenting. All right? We're getting you on at some stage. We've got to make it happen. I've even made templates and everything. I can have 2 guests. I can have 1. I can have none. I can have 3. Spend a lot of time making templates. But yeah, no, honestly, you guys are awesome. Really appreciate it. If you're true and only friend, I'll stick to you like a bad ex-girlfriend. And like a bad girlfriend, you better not be eyeing other people or I'll slap you so hard Google won't be able to find you. What a lad.
He's a fucking legend. I've known him for so long now. He's fucking amazing.
Honestly, man. He cracks me up. Since he's been obviously part of, you know, the community, he's just been cracking me up. He's left a few comments on a few videos and I'm just makes you smile, man. He's a great guy.
He is.
Yeah, I'm still here. I know you are, and I appreciate it. Look forward to that. Would be love to be a part of it. I know, man. The offer is always there. We just need to set some time apart to set you up on Discord, and just run you through it. Once it's set up, see, obviously, I'm a boomer when it comes to live streams, man. Like I said, I've had 3 or 4 people have to help me out. So once it's set up, it's essentially just click and go, really. Other than today when the audio wasn't working, but that was, like I said, it's my end. We fixed it. It's all good. But yeah. I've actually got 2 questions I'd like to ask you, Elliot, and everyone else who is watching. And it's more of a curiosity side of things. Would you guys be interested if I was to live stream more often, maybe on Twitch or even through YouTube, of playing video games or something completely different to vaping? Or would you rather me not and just carry on what I'm doing? It's not like...
I mean, I was going to ask you the same question because I was wondering what you're going to do when all this nonsense is over. Like, are you going to go back to the typical sit down in the shop podcast, or are you going to stay with the live stream, or are you going to do both? Or
see, I was thinking about this the other day actually, and I kind of want to do both. There's something about the sit down podcast I really like. Yes, they're a ball ache to set up. They take ages to edit, but I love the finished product, and I like having that physical conversation that's being recorded. Does that make sense? So, like, you're literally sitting opposite side of the table, and I think it's great. It really is cool. I think it'd be great. You know, you could just sit there, have a real conversation. The only difference is there is a camera, a few lights, and a microphone. But after, like with anyone that's come on the podcast, no one's been on one before, and everyone says the same thing once you finish recording. After about 10 minutes, they forget everything's there, and you're just having a real conversation, and they feel very comfortable.
Well, I think I've got an idea.
Okay.
You have your Chilling with the Ohmies podcast where you talk about the you got your 3 topics.
Okay, yeah.
And then you have this live stream, but it's not Chilling with the Ohmies live stream, it's the community live stream.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
So it's like we're doing right now, it's all about talking to the community, like seeing how people are doing.
Yeah.
Maybe like throw some vape stuff in there for good measure. Because I mean, we've not really spoken much about vape stuff, so like just have it like a community live stream where anyone can just join in and just talk shit.
Do you know what? I really like that idea. I'd have to try and work out a way of fitting it in, which isn't a problem. Let's say, for example, I'm talking when things go back to normal. So, obviously I'd be working full time. I could still get the 2 videos out a week, whether it's hardware and e-liquid. I'd get the podcast out. I could then probably do like a midweek live stream, say like a Wednesday evening or something to fit it in. Because then I could have it'd be like a Tuesday video, Wednesday community live stream, Thursday off, Friday video, Saturday off, Sunday, like a podcast.
It's hard to say because but
it's in when people are available. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when I'm back to work, obviously, like it'd have to be later it wouldn't be like now because I'd barely be in from work now.
Yeah, of course. I'd think it'd probably be around 7:30, 8 o'clock for an hour and a half. Do you know what I mean? Be a proper evening one when everyone's back from work. I mean, we could still do it on the weekends, but then I'd have to reshuffle unless I do the podcast to like schedule at say 4 or 5 o'clock, and then we do a live stream later on the Sunday in the evening.
I mean, you could tie it in together, like have the live stream after you've uploaded the podcast, sort of thing. Like have the main podcast, the main content, and then have the community live stream as a sort of add-on.
Yeah, I really like the idea. That's a genius idea. I really like that. Right, I just want to catch up with the chat quickly. What is going on? So, we've got... you called me a legend? Yeah, we did, man. You are a legend. It's the nicest thing you've said about me. Don't get used to it. Fair play. Beth's put, yes, I'd love video game streams. Awesome. Okay. Tetleyman's put, I'd be there for gaming for sure. You could make more content. You could make more content around vaping. I had an idea of starting a series called It Is Better Than, in which I'd spin a wheel of fortune and try to compare, i.e. a game, to the thing. Okay. That's interesting. For example, I'd have to review Anthem, and at the end compare it to, say, a rock. I'd say a rock is better than Anthem because it's less dull, has more personality and better graphics. Fair play. Tom, Tom's in the chat. What are you saying, bruv? You good? I haven't spoke to you in ages. I know I texted you earlier. I've been really trying to keep in touch with you, man. I know you've been working. I've been trying to keep that in mind, and I've had no routine. So I've been awake when you've been at work, and vice versa. So I've been trying to message you and stuff. It'd just be nice to go on PS4 or whatever and just play FIFA or whatnot. Also, you packed some sick players yesterday. You could do something like that, but around vaping. Would be cool and unique, and you'd stay relevant. You'd have to work a way of screening people a bit before they join or put on cam because it could be proper open for trolls. Yeah, true. So at the moment, we are using, obviously you guys know I've got a Patreon set up for the channel. Now I've actually got a Patreon Discord server, which is what I've put Elliot through and Alex on as well. So that would kind of be like the vet. We'll put you in there, speak to you beforehand and whatnot, get all your cameras like kind of set up in the OBS stream so it comes through on the template, and then we can make it live. That'd be pretty cool. But no, I definitely understand you need to have some sort of like vetting process, even though trolls would be quite fun because I think trolls are hilarious. Have fun with it. Do as you think would be fun. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, man, and you have hit the nail on the head. I just want to make sure that if I want to start, this is something I've been in and out with a lot. So, like, if I just want to start streaming GTA, like, I know that some people will go, oh, this isn't what I subscribe for, which is fine. But if you guys know that I might just be randomly, if you enjoy the live stream sort of side of things, and you just know I might go live on Twitch or on YouTube and do random things that you guys would be interested in, it's just more of a gauge, that's all. Rather than you guys going, oh, what is this? Is this to stay? Is this just because we're in lockdown? It could be something else that just gives you guys a bit of variety.
Stream, you could keep your gaming streams for Twitch and then just maybe have like a little thing up on YouTube that says, hey, if anyone's interested in gaming live on Twitch right now, and then keep your YouTube live streams for your main
of course. No, 100%. I see a lot of content creators do that because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be on a real level with all of you now. In this niche, we are growing tremendously from where we're at. Actually, just before I go into this, I want to just make sure I've got everyone in the chat because I might go on a ramble for this. Have fun. Do you think was you could do a live chat as like an after show? That would be so cool. Or like live stream straight after to talk about the podcast. That's really good. How you doing, Blazing? You all good? I've seen that you followed me on Twitter and Instagram. How we doing? I really appreciate you joining in. I hope you have fun and just get involved with this community. I seen obviously you upload a lot of videos and stuff. I'm literally going to binge some of your content after this live stream. I mean to do it all day, but I've had a few things to do. So I hope you're all good. But right, what I want to level with you guys on, and this is something that I've been thinking about, and it's not a selfish way. It's more for the community. So for this niche, it's very hard to grow because you can very rarely monetize your stuff. It's a bit of a gray area. Now, YouTube as a platform obviously heavily favors monetized content. It pushes it out to a bigger reach, right? So obviously because it makes them money because they've got adverts on them. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be monetized to grow because we're living proof that you don't. We're growing steadily without it. But I'm sitting there thinking, is there something I can do that isn't vape related that can help the growth to branch out and make a bigger community for all of us? Or do I just keep going as we're going and see where it goes? Because, for example, I could apply for monetization on the channel, and then I could just literally limit what I want. Well, obviously YouTube would limit what we monetize, but I could go, right, okay, so the live streams and the podcast I would monetize, but the rest I won't even bother. Because, for example, like I've had a few videos. The recent video, the best pod systems of 2020, it's on a few thousand views. That's obviously caught an algorithm. It's doing very well. And obviously, thank you guys, because you guys have been watching it, sharing it, commenting, and gaining subscribers from it, which is awesome. But if that was monetized, it wouldn't be a few thousand views. That would be 20,000 views in the same time span. Do you see what I mean? So that monetization and not being monetized does cap the searching. But then I'm thinking, am I trying to run before I walk, or should I just carry on as what we got and see where it goes? Do you see what I mean?
Double-edged sword.
Exactly.
Because I can understand, like, you'd want to be monetized, you want to get more views, you want to get, like, expand the community, but at the same time, you're going to get trolls and
of course,
shit like that, and idiots come in. Whereas now you're not monetized and you're not growing as fast and you're not being put out there as much, but the community we have is a lot more tight-knit and
of course,
genuine.
Yeah, no, 100%. This is why I wanted to put it across to you guys to have genuine feedback and talk about it, because I know this is another thing I want to put out from the heart. I am not thinking about this from a monetary point of view. We do bring in enough views to make an all right income on YouTube. It wouldn't be a lot. It would be pocket change that I would have in a savings account or whatever. But this isn't from a monetary point of view. This is strictly from reach and growth, like how it could help or have a negative impact. I just want to know what you guys think about it, because you guys are the reason we are here right now. So if you guys are happy to continue with where we're going, then by all means. But it's also a bit of a curiosity thing for me, thinking, okay, so if we were monetized and then videos that have gained traction, would I then see another spike because they've got adverts? YouTube go, oh, people like this, let's push it out to more people. Do you see what I mean? I don't know.
I do see where you're coming from, but personally, I sort of like it how it is. I mean, obviously, it's not my channel, but
yeah, no, of course. But this is the thing. Like, I could be really. I know a lot of content creators don't talk about this sort of stuff because they go, "Well, it's my channel. I'll do what I want," and I am like that to a degree. But I also appreciate and respect the fact that the channel is where it is because of you guys, and that's why your input as a community is always welcome and it's always valid. It always holds weight, and I don't ever want to lose that. Cheers, buddy. I've binge watched a load of your videos last night. Oh, thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, it means the world. Tom's put, do Twitch and play with Dan to do challenges. Whoever loses gives subs. You're just trying to rinse me out for money, man. You know I'm not going to be able to compete with Dan. But that could be a good laugh, though. Could be a good laugh. Will Cornford's put, evening, guys. How we doing, mate? I've spoke to you recently. Excuse me. Hope we're doing all right. Nice of you to come and join in on the old live stream. I appreciate it. So yeah, there were the two things I really wanted to talk about. Either the gaming sort of side of things, whether to do it as a separate Twitch, just carry on as YouTube live streams and do it, sporadically, and also the monetization. Do we try and get that for a bigger reach and search? What's the word? Search stuff, or do we just carry on as normal? If you can monetize and do it because it's your dream to do it and it's a great way to push it forward. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally respect that. Like I said, it's not even from the money perspective, because I'm going to be honest, ever since I've watched YouTubers and seen them grow, they've all said the same thing. Like, ad money's so unreliable that they don't even rely on it. They have other forms of income, and I'd do exactly the same. It wouldn't be about the money. It's more, if there is potential of 1 million people seeing my video, well, naturally as a content creator, I want 1 million people to see my video. Whereas if I'm not monetized, they cap it and say only 50,000 people can see it. Do you see what I mean? So it just caps that potential. And from that perspective, that's why I want to talk to you guys about it. But yeah, just want to know what you guys think.
It's a bit difficult though, couldn't it? Because vaping is such a grey area.
That's the other problem as well. So I know that a lot of big vapors in this niche, a lot of the American ones, are monetized, and they moan that they get demonetized a lot, which is fair enough. It's their livelihood, and it's because we're in such a grey area. However, from an analytics point of view, I'm looking at it going, I think they only grew at the time because it was new, there was less regulations on it, and they were monetized, so it went out to more people. Whereas with us, we've had to do it. I've got to be careful how I say this because I don't want to offend anyone, but I always see it as an underdog story. We're doing content that YouTube doesn't like, content that it can't be monetized and pushed out to millions of people, and we're still growing as a community. Do you know what I mean? And I love that aspect, that we are going against the grain at every aspect from an analytic point of view, and we're still growing. We're still getting bigger. We're still meeting more vapors, and you're all being so nice and welcoming into each other, which is awesome. But yeah. I said, I know it'd be a bit of a ramble. And for some of you, you probably don't even care, to be honest. I don't blame you. But it'd just be nice to have a bit of feedback. And like you said, we have a very tight-knit community. I do want to keep it that way. I don't want to lose touch of that. I really don't. The other thing from a personal perspective is I need to reach out to more vaping content creators. I just do. I need to speak to them. I need to, collaborate with them. I need to just be involved, because at the moment, when you look from the vaping niche, I'm not really involved with anyone. I don't really have like a group of people that they all seem to have their own group that they hang around with or do live streams with or whatever. And like I said, I want to keep it community based, but it'd be nice to have a few of them on as a guest to get them involved with the community. Do you know what I mean? I speak to a few of them.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So like, I think it's the UK vape thing they do once a week. That's like Vaping with Vic, Little Bro Vapes, and people like that. And I watch them, and that's really cool. They do it weekly. They get on with each other, and it's 4 little pockets of different like audiences that are brought together. It's great. But yeah, like I don't really show that public sort of collaboration with anyone else in this niche, which I'd love to. Like, I speak to the Devil Vapor every now and then. I'm really bad at replying, to be honest, but I'd love to get him on to do a few things. That'd be cool. Just any vaping content creators, just to kind of branch out and show this community. I want to show you guys off to people. I want to be like, look, our community is so awesome. You need to meet them and get involved. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I think the sugar's just gone to my head at this point. I think an Ohmies Gaming side channel would be great. Ooh. I mean, looking at it that way, any topic is a grey area. Vaping is a lot like gaming. It's liked by a lot of the younger audience, but hated by old people and boomers who go through misinformation so fast you swear as their children's future social security benefits. I get it. At the same time, I don't want to try and... I always advocate for the right people to vape, which is obviously adults. I never ever want to, publicize it and put it out for kids. It's not for them. And yeah, I see what you're saying. I know that the gaming niche went through a massive adpocalypse recently. A lot of their stuff was getting demonetized because they couldn't share certain clips, certain games, and they had to start getting copyright things. And I understand that. So I understand this is a ripple effect across the whole of YouTube. But YouTube, as an American company, they tie all the policies for vaping with smoking laws, so you cannot promote or anything. But I have seen a lot of bigger YouTubers that are doing vaping as their niche that are monetized, and they're just like, oh, well, this is the new regulation, we can get around it this way or whatever, or this is what you have to do. So I know it's possible. But yeah. If you can monetize, do it. But if you can't, then don't. Worth a shot. Yeah, exactly. This is like I said, this is why I want to put it out to you guys. I'm not fussed either way. Like, we could give it a go and see what YouTube say. They might turn around and say it's not legible because all your watch time in the last year has come from vaping. We don't like that. Cool. If that's the answer, that's the answer, isn't it? If they say actually you can, but it's limited, sweet. Technically, isn't it sometimes better to do you though, Jay? Reaching out might bring in more people, but at the same time, maybe more drama and sides on vape drama. No, I totally get it, and I've always prided myself on doing what I want to do and also share it with you guys, and this is what I'm saying. You, as a community, your values and your opinions will always hold weight because you guys are essentially what's growing this channel, which is honestly amazing. So from that aspect, yeah, I totally get it. I will always do me. If I feel like I want to switch it up, I will. But where we're in a position where we can talk to you guys and actually get like a response, of course I'm going to put that across to you guys. Be rude not to, really. We're all in this together. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah. There was one more thing I was going to talk about. I cannot remember for the life of me. I cannot remember what I was going to say.
I don't know. I'm not in your head.
Yeah, no, sorry, man. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you said about the drama and the sides of vape drama in Tetlyman's comment. No, 100%. I do find that there are a select group. To be honest, you've got to play the YouTube game sometimes. Like that's what content creators do. I'm not a clout chaser by any means, but I've been watching content creators. I've been on YouTube for so long. You understand patterns of play and strategies of people. Like in any pocket, any niche that you're in, you will see certain content creators purposely cause drama because it boosts views, it boosts interest, it boosts people, sub counts. Yeah, that's what they do. You know, you go back a few years, everyone was doing diss tracks on everyone because they were guaranteed milli views, so they were going to do it. Do you know what I mean? And there's certain content creators in this niche that always seem to have a problem. Do you know what I mean? It's the same anywhere. So I do understand what you're saying. The bigger you become, the bigger your net that you cast, the more troubles and issues you get with that. I understand that. But yeah. Sorry, Elliot. I just feel like you just sat there like, God, why don't you just shut up?
No, not at all. I'm just letting you go off and say what you want to say, get it off your chest.
Do you know, I always get into the evenings after the live streams and I go, oh, there's probably stuff I shouldn't have said on that live stream. And then I have like a 5-minute window of panicking, like, oh, what did I say? Did I say anything I shouldn't have? And then I'm like, oh well. it is what it is. It's done now, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it gets things off your chest as well, gets, things out there. Oh, what's this? Was about this track? My screen's going weird. How much do you have to pay Vaping Bogan to do a diss track on Jay?
That would be a lot of money. He's probably never heard of me. Mate, I tell you what though, if diss tracks come into this niche, I'd be all over that. I would be all over that. Now, some of you guys have seen or met Wiggs, either through the channel or personally. Wiggs has already said, right, if there was a diss track, he's already got a video like idea. He'd want to direct the music video for it. He's already got it planned out. And I'm like, oh, mate, like, diss tracks are so 2017, but that's not the point. If diss tracks were coming into this niche, I would be all over that. It'd just be banter. Really, I can't give you my opinion. All I'm saying is for demonetization, because being monetized involves you advocating a lot of good content. If you want revenue, I'd say third-party programs and webs. Yeah, 100% are your best bet. But that's my opinion. I know nothing about the revenue on YouTube and how it works. To be honest, I don't even think the big-time creators really know how it works. And I don't think YouTube knows how it really works.
Changes every fucking day with the algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. Best put vape diss tracks would be hilarious. I know, right? Could you imagine other vape content creators just banging out diss tracks? It would be jokes. Because, like, would they be vape for, like, related? Do you know what I mean? Like, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. Yeah. Imagine, like, a vape niche drama alert. That'd be really cool. You just imagine just, like, Keemstar just being Keemstar in this niche. It'd be hilarious.
God. Don't like getting Vietnam flashbacks.
I love Keemstar because he's just Keemstar, and he's just one of a kind. Mate, send for people. I'm not going to use this platform to just fire shots at people for no reason. I'm not that type of person. But if any shots were to come this way,
I would... one with, who is it? Blazing Vapes?
What's that, sorry?
A friendly diss track with who is it in here? Blazing Vapes.
No, I can't do that. You can't have a friendly diss track. There's got to be some beef there. Do you know what I mean? Now I'm getting excited because I'm like, oh yeah, let's start some beef for no reason. I'm not doing that, all right? I'm just saying that if shots were fired, there would be some going back. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? And that's just the YouTube game. But let's get right into the news. Yeah, boy. No, honestly, Keemstar cracks me up because he's like a 40-year-old bloke that gets excited over like high school drama. It's so funny. Like he's
a bella.
But it's just funny because like he is an old guy trying to stay relevant with a load. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't watch him all the time, but the occasional thumbnail, I'll be like, oh my God, what's he getting involved with now? What's he reporting on now? So you click on it and you just listen to 5 minutes of it and you go, why do you care? You're like 40 with a family, mate. Like, I know you're a news reporter, but no one cares about this high school drama. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, Rice Gum said this. No one cares. Like, no one actually cares. Yes, yeah, he just cracks me out. Yeah, funny diss tracks would be banner. The thing is, I'm genuinely interested in is anyone in this niche. I love any videos he does on Trisha Paytas. Always so funny. Man, Trisha Paytas is a strange human being. And I don't mean that in any offense. She just is. Do you know what I mean? She's always doing something weird. Always.
Talk smack about Jai Hayes' new RDA. Get him to respond. Start vape diss tracks. Profit.
Oh, mad. Mad. Like I said, I'm just going to start bad-mouthing people for no reason. But I am genuinely interested to see if this little niche, like the vaping niche of YouTube, would play the YouTube game in that way. Or if they just look at it and go, what is this guy doing? Like, he's a vape reviewer. Why is he doing a diss track? What is this? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just because I watch a lot of, like, more mainstream, I suppose, or more like...
Well, didn't you say there was one vaping guy that always just seems to rant about everything?
There's a few, to be fair. Like, there's a few, to be fair. Like, yeah, there's a few in the UK that just seem to be in trouble. Whether it's brought on them or not, I don't know. I don't really read into it that much. But it's just every time you see them on socials, there always seems to be an issue. And there's a few in America. Yet again, they just always seem to be in some sort of drama. And it's like, what? I've managed to stay out of drama and just do what I want to do. I know you've got a bigger audience and whatever, and you're more relevant. And I say that with, air quotes. But I just don't understand how it makes... I don't know how they get themselves in that position. Unless they are playing the game. And if they are, fair play. Hit me up. I'll play the game. Do you know what I mean? If I had to choose to hear between Keemstar and a street alley dog with fetal alcohol syndrome, I'd immediately go listen to what the dog has to say because it's better than what Keem has to say. Wow. All guys, let's get Jay to say bad stuff. Eventually someone will respond. My own community is baiting me out. This is what this is.
Yeah, the one to respond will be YouTube and you'll get your channel shut down. Everyone will be like, oh, fuck.
Joe, that is actually one thing I worry about. If YouTube go full ham, balls to the wall on regulations in this niche, and this channel disappears, I'd just be like, okay, like, what do I do? If I can't do what my passion is, I can't do what I love, what I do for a living, what am I going to do? Like Tom knows this, Dan knows this, Beth knows this. I went through a very, very dark mental health period when I was unsure of what content to upload, because I've always loved making videos or short films or anything like that. But it took me so long to realise what I wanted to create consistently. And I think if that got taken away from me, I honestly do not know what I'd do. Do you know what I mean? Because YouTube has become... it's become part of my life now. I absolutely love it. It's part of my daily routines, weekly routines. Like I said, being with you guys is awesome. So yeah. Yeah. This is taking a weird turn, I'm sorry. Everyone's just trying to bait me out, trying to start some beef with someone.
Violins in a minute.
Alright. YouTube is doing a good job maintaining its website and make sure it doesn't crumble like my marriage after I was practicing for the slapping competition with my kids. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. He's on one today again.
Fair play, man. Fair play. He cracks me up. Oh, dear. There would be other things that pop up for YouTubers. And I remember at the later end of our pick-me-up was drinks and a barbecue. Sorry, what? There would be other things that pop up for YouTubers.
I mean, a lot of YouTubers are moving over to Minds and Jabber because it's like more free speechy, but I mean, it's not anywhere near as big as YouTube.
The thing, what I've noticed, especially in the last 18 months, is obviously YouTubers with an audience can move wherever they want because they've built their audience. They naturally go follow the... Do you know what I mean? So it makes sense if you've got 2 million subscribers and only 10% move across because you've now got 200,000 loyal fans that go and do whatever you want to do. So it makes sense. When you're a growing YouTuber, it's not as big of an effect. Do you know what I mean? Beth put, I remember at the later end of our pick-me-up was drinks and a barbecue. I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. I remember we barbecued in the dark. It means I could get a partnership with the company at the same time find catharsis in my shame of marriage.
He likes to use big words.
Yeah, I'm not very smart, so I don't know what that word means. Gotta be honest. Techly man, just be cool with TVP and everything will be rosy. Mark doesn't sound the right guy to piss off. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Barbecuing in the dark. Yeah, I thought we were. I knew it was a barbecue in the dark. Like a new YouTube. Oh, right. Gotcha. I'm actually getting kind of hungry. I'm going to get something to eat. Unless Elliot orders me some 15 quid burger. To be fair. That'd be the best damn burger I've eaten in years, which is hard since McDonald's exists. I'll tell you what, mate. McDonald's are going to be rammed as soon as they open again.
Yeah, it will be.
That's going to be mad. I think, to be fair, I think we're going to see a massive boom in, obviously, pubs, restaurants, clubs.
I want to see. I think it's going to be hilarious to find out, like, how many kids are going to be born in, like, next January, February-ish.
Mate, we're going to have a massive baby boom. And I bet everyone's going to be called, like, Quartina or Quarantina or something. Do you know, it's all going to be lockdown related or Corona related.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Well, I'm just responding to a comment on my video who says the wife is using an Inokin T20S and is complaining the flavour isn't quite there, so I'm hoping the combo of the POC-X with the Nautilus XS mesh coil will hit the spot. To be honest, it should. Refers to a purification or perjuration of a... Stop using big words. I can't understand them. Result in renewal restoration. Ah, gotcha. Okay. My citation, Wikipedia.
I turned down so many nights out because I just didn't want to. I'd give an arm to sit in a pub garden right now.
To be fair, with the weather getting better, like, yeah, I see what you're saying. But the thing is, like I said, I think it's going to be such a big boom that, like, say McDonald's opens tomorrow, for example, right? I'm still not going to go to McDonald's for 2 weeks because it's just going to be rammed all day, every day. Same with the pubs. As soon as they open their doors, it's going to be heaving for weeks. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, even though they might be open, unless you're willing to sit in like a 2-hour queue to get a drink, like, then you're just going to have to wait, aren't you? But it will be nice to sit in a pub garden at some point.
It's bad enough when everyone found out that McDonald's was shutting and like the freaking police, the Braintree police had to be called because people were like literally queuing 2 miles up the road to get in. And when it got to 7 o'clock and they were like, "No, we're shutting now," and people were like, "No, you're not fucking shutting because I've been sat in the queue for 3 hours." They had to call the cops to get people to freaking leave. Like, it's crazy.
That is mad. I did see that there was like a few 3-4 hour queue in some of the McDonald's and the drive-thrus, and I'm like, that's just mad. Are you that? I'm sorry. Nah. I miss eating sushi. Not a big fan of sushi, to be honest. I've tried it. Not my bag, but Nick absolutely loves sushi. Mackie D's is sloping here. Works normally, but it's like a ghost town. All right, rub it in. And Beth said, saying that, I'm going to crack open a Brewdog beer and drown in my pub withdrawal symptoms. Fair play. I'm not going to lie. I was actually thinking about coming online with a rum and Coke. And then I thought, it's 4 p.m. I probably shouldn't be drinking live. And now I'm thinking, life doesn't matter anymore. So I could do that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just catching up with a few notifications.
Oh. You said, which is good because I can order without waiting on a queue. And even though I was alone ordering, they still got my order wrong and gave me an extra cheeseburger. A bit more, and I could have gotten the waitress behind the counter as well.
Oh, man. Will's put that he misses his girlfriend. I feel for you, man. I feel very lucky that obviously I live with him. Yeah, how are you guys finding it? Is it becoming increasingly difficult?
Yeah, it is. It is now. Yeah, it's getting a bit annoying, but no.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I said, I feel very very blessed that obviously I live with Nick. I'm a massive admirer. I know you guys admire what she does as well, but we're very lucky to be living together. So we're just trying to take advantage of that and really spend time with each other as much as we can. Because I know that there's people out there that don't live with their other halves and whatnot, and it must be so hard. Like, if I didn't see Nick for like 6 weeks, mate, I'd be dead by now. I'd be mad. I know that sounds dramatic, but because we've got used to being with each other, there's so much that we do for each other. If that just completely stopped for 6 weeks, I'd be like, well, okay, what do I do now? Like, it's crazy. I don't. She's with me every day. She's actually next to me right now, and she's trying to type for me and everything. Lad, let her type. See what she says. If she's enjoying the live stream, let her crack on. Right, cool. I think we're all good. So, we are coming up to the 2.5 hour mark. I could quite easily sit here all night, but I don't think you guys would want to watch that all night. So, I want to thank everyone who has taken part, come in, tuned in, had their input. We have talked about some random stuff today, like genuinely. So, I apologise. It's all over the place, but that's just how it is. Okay, we're all at the point.
It's better like that. I think, like I said earlier, like keep the vaping stuff and the news articles and whatever for like the main sit down in the shop podcast, and then have this community talk shit, random whatever for afterwards. You know.
Yeah, no, of course. That was the other thing I just forgot to mention when we were talking about that. As I think you've hit the nail on the head having a community live stream. I really like that, but I think. The only other thing I'd do, so say for example, I was to collaborate with or get a guest on the podcast like the Smoking Mermaid or Devil Vapor or anyone out there who's in this industry, in this niche, right? In terms of travel, we could still do a live stream style podcast, and we could just explain that, you know, travel and schedules couldn't line up. However, for anyone who can make it, the sit down stuff, I'm all over that. I really enjoy that. And I'm also working on getting a second camera set up so we can have the 2 angles on the podcast and really up the levels of the podcast production.
I mean, I did say you could use my camera, but you don't want
I'm really grateful. Yeah, I'm really grateful for the opportunity. Like, genuinely I am, and I don't want you to think I'm shitting on it. I'm not, but I don't want people to look at it and go, why does one look like 480 and one like 8K? Because the sensor in your camera is just so much better, and it's just going to be such a big difference. Do you know what I mean? I want something similar.
I did say you could record the whole thing on mine and just see how it works out for you.
We'll have to give it a go and see what it actually looks like. I'm just thinking, because I'm quite lazy sometimes, I'm just thinking from an editing perspective. It's just going to take a hell of a lot longer to just to kind of cut up at the right place. It will look good though, especially if we get the angles. One thing. Tom has just messaged me privately. I don't know whether he wants me to share it or not, but I'm going to anyway. He said, by the way, it's been a year while me, Beth, and Dan moved out of the old house. That is mad. To be fair, yeah, the 11th of May, me and Nick would have been in our flat for a year, which is just crazy how fast that's gone, to be fair. But yeah, that's mad. Time goes so quickly. Right, so hang on, let me just... I'm very alone. Oh, I'm so sorry. Have you got a JT picture? Oh, I don't. I've got Frank Lampard. I've got 2 Fernando Torres. So for those of you who don't know, my mum passed about 5 years ago. So I inherited the Lampard picture from her. And one of these Torres pictures, the Europa League one, is actually signed to my mum. And then the one up the top was actually a Christmas present, which is signed to me. I've got Damien Duff, Claude Makelele, and the one right in the corner is Adrian Mutu, which not a lot of Chelsea fans remember, but I really rated him. We only had him for a season. He was so good. My dad's got a John Terry one, so I won't get that until he dies, unfortunately, because he loves it. The chat's going crazy now. I hear you, Jay. Now imagine me. I met a girl in February who thought was the one. She was giving me everything I wanted, especially attention, which I barely got on over my life. 1 month ago, she broke up our friendship when I thought we actually had a thing together. Now I still have the withdrawal of not being with her. She gave me something, but I didn't need, but now I crave for it. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Like, that is one of the worst feelings ever.
It is.
I'm saying, I think a lot of people can relate to that. So I'm so sorry, man. Like, it will get better, and you've probably heard that so many times. And I know it sucks because you have to hear the same thing from all your friends, but it does. It will get better. I'm not going to put a time limit on it because everyone is different. But I'm sorry, man. Tetty Man's put +1 for Smoking Mermaid for sure. Yeah, a really good girl. Like, I love talking to her. I met her at Vape Expo. I DM her quite a bit. We talk every now and then. And she has said that she was up for a podcast or whatnot before this lockdown come in. I was either going to pay for her to come down because of where she lives and where I live is quite a distance. I was going to pay for her to come down and do like a sit-down podcast. But we could probably get her on for next week to do like a live stream. That'd be pretty cool. I can always speak to her and see what she says. I hope it'd be really cool. No punchline, just being serious for a minute. And now, do you know what? I would have been really annoyed if I'd have given you that, like, said that emotional piece, and you were like, "Ha, just kidding." Just being serious for a minute. And now I won't have that for next 1 week, month, or even a year, and I won't even be able to hear from her again. Like I said, man, I'm so sorry. It does suck. Now to break the sadness away, Pluto's not a planet. Ooh, controversial. Random fact that popped into my mind: True Geordie is a vape. I know, right? The amount of times I've seen a True Geordie video and I'm like, I would absolutely love to be in a position where I could go on a True Geordie podcast and be like, look, I'm going to sort your setup out, mate, all right? Just take a collection of stuff and be like, right, I'm going to sort your setup out, all right? This is what we're going to do. That would be so dope. I don't think it'll ever happen, but if it does, that'd be amazing. Everyone just go tweet and spam him. It'd be great. Just let him know I exist. Yeah, like Elle, you've hit the nail on the head there. You're not lonely. You have me and John, and everyone else here in this live chat. All right. We moved on the 4th of May. The Force was with us. Yeah, it was. It's mad that it's gone so quickly. If anything, that demon made me discover 2 things: the old person I used to be, and how I enjoy being it, which is downright being sadistic, and made me realise that true friends I have, and which of them stood by me in these tough times. 100%. When things go wrong, that's when you really have that close friendship with people. They, like I said, for me, the worst experience I've ever gone through was obviously losing my mum and stuff. That first year of grief was so hard because I was acting out. Everyone, like a lot of people around me who were like there for me were like, oh no, you can do what you want because, you know, you're going through this tough time. Whereas my true friends were like, stop being a dick. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. And like they put you in check, do you know what I mean? And that's who you want around. You want people. This is why I love this community. People that are just going to keep you grounded, be honest with you, and just give you like what you need, rather than just being yes men. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yes men are fucking annoying. But we could go on a whole rant about that.
Yeah, that could be a whole podcast itself. But no, I feel very blessed with the people I've got around me. You guys being supportive, do you know what I mean? And I hope that everyone out there has got a support network. And in all honesty, I'm going to put a post up in the community tab a little bit later. But if you guys ever want to talk or anything like that, you know that I'm on Instagram doing daily stories, and you can DM me through there. I want my Facebook's kind of my personal one, so that'd be a bit weird because I just have an influx of people. I mean, I don't mind talking to you guys. I do it all the time, but I'd rather go for Instagram or the community tab on the channel because that's what they're there for, is to keep in touch with you guys. But yeah, is there anything you'd like to add, El, or have I just bored you to death with my massive rant?
Not at all, but I'm gonna be that guy like I am every time and say we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, we should. To be fair, I wanted to do it around the 2-hour mark. We've gone 40 minutes over, so yeah. At least we went live at a reasonable time. You know?
Well, I mean, we went live at 4 o'clock. It's just that we had audio issues to begin with and had to restart it 10 minutes later. But,
yeah,
I mean, you know,
exactly.
It's better than last week or the week before. He said, oh, we'll go live at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. and like 6 p.m. we start.
Yeah, we're getting better. Like I said, now it's set up. It's a case of click and go. I don't know what happened with the audio in terms of why the settings weren't saved, but I'll have to double check that before we go live again. That's not a problem. Now I know what the issue was. So, yeah, we're going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the live stream. If you have, make sure you leave a like on the live stream. It means the world. It just shows me that you have enjoyed it. And, oh, wait. Oh, hang on. Oh, Tom has sent me a picture of him bald. Oh, right. I'm going to load WhatsApp on here, and I'm going to put it on the stream. I'm going to... wait. Come on, load. People of the stream need to see this. Pic of me bold on Facebook.
Oh god, I'm gonna, yeah, it's gonna be a weird one.
This is gonna be strange. So for those of you who haven't met Tom, he's if you go through my videos enough, you know he's been on the podcast. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for over a decade. Family, sort of extended family, if that makes sense. But I'm just going to find. Why has it not come through? Oh, he sent it on Facebook. That's not a problem. Give me one moment. Oh, mad. So for people that haven't seen Tom bald, this will be a shock. He has a majestic beard. He's got a majestic beard. And what I'm going to do is if it lets me. Right. I'm going to have to use the snip tool. Is it going to let me do that while streaming? It should do. Bear with me one sec, guys. This is going to be worth it. I don't know if it's going to let me. Oh, it's thinking about it. Right. Here we go. I'm going to cut out where you work because you're in uniform. We're going to have a little mugshot there. Sweet. Let's save that. That is going to be my new WhatsApp profile picture for you, bud. Tom Bold. So every time you call me, is going to have that picture time up. Because that's just jokes. Right, so I've got the picture. I just need to... how am I going to get it on this? Cool. Aha. Elliot's just disappeared for a sec. There we go. I just need to get to my desktop. Desktop. Right, let me just search. There it is, mate. There it is. Come on, take me to it. Cool. Right, well, I want that. Oh, mate, I can copy it to the chat. I'll just upload it. Oh, it won't let me do it. That's annoying. Nah, I'm not going to be able to do it, guys. I'm going to have to post it somewhere else.
Send it to me, and I can change my webcam for my screen. I'll change my webcam for my screen instead, and then I'll have it in full view.
Mate, cool. Right, we're doing it. We are doing it. This is the last treat of the live stream, guys. So I hope you are enjoying. For some reason, yeah, there we go.
Oh, I saw it there for a second.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Where it said upload failed, I saw it in miniature.
Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to send you a screenshot, bud.
The suspense.
I know, sorry guys. It's just, like I said, I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to the live streams. So I'm just working this out. Thank you so much for this gem, though. Alright, Ellie, I'm going to send it to you over Facebook, alright?
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. It's still got the frame in because I just didn't. There you go. It's all set.
Oh my god.
It's mad, isn't it?
That's crazy.
It's mad, especially when you know what he looks like. Shall I send you a picture of him normally?
Right, hang on. You might want to change.
No, L is going to sort it out, so his screen will go a bit grey for a while, then it will come back.
Right, it's on my live. It's on me. I've gone live. You can see it on my live thing.
Oh, is that gonna? There we go. That is Tom without any hair or a beard. Now, if you don't know who Tom is, go back on the channel, watch the podcast, and you will see the difference. He has a majestic beard and a lovely head of hair, which he doesn't like, which I absolutely love. Mad. That is mad. That is mad. Thank you so much for that, Bev. It's such a difference, isn't it? Such a difference. I mean, fair play to him. He gave it a go. That's mad. There we go. All right, guys. After that, sorry about the suspense there. It was all there. But, right. I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. Thank you so much, Elle, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And, hey, is your audio gone again?
Don't think so.
Ah, there we go. No, I do really appreciate it. Everyone tuning in. You know, I hope you did have...
Make this a meme.
Make it a meme. Could do. But yeah, if you guys leave a like on the live stream, just lets me know that you enjoyed it. I love talking to you guys in this little section we have every hour of every Sunday. It always overruns, but we're getting there, all right? So thank you so much. Make sure you check on everyone. If you need anyone to talk to, then obviously hit me up on any of my socials. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video, which will be Tuesday. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.